Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka Hey You, Get Off My Lawn. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we usually delve into a lot of painting talk as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything and everything. Be warned. Of course, if you are a first-time viewer, you can ask your questions over in the chat. No, which way? Which way is the chat? One of these directions is the chat. Feel free to ask your questions there. You can join me on YouTube or Twitch, whichever flavor you prefer. I do this live to both services, and so, you know, it's a lot of fun until probably Twitch makes a stink of it, or YouTube, or one of the two. Who knows? But either way, you can join us on both. You can ask questions in the chat. I will see both chats, so don't worry. And of course, feel free to ask whatever questions are on your mind. You know, there are no stupid questions here. I've been asked a million questions before of similar topics that, you know, I know that there are varying people at varying levels who've just entered this hobby or halfway through it, or, you know, they're advanced, or, you know what I mean? And so just feel free to ask your questions. Nobody's going to sit there and go, oh, don't you know what that is? Blah, blah, blah. You know? So feel free to ask those questions. And of course, if you are watching this after the fact, you can always send your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description down below. And of course, also, you can join me at waythebrush.com. And that is the central hub of all this silliness, as it has the links for the Instagrams, the Twitter, the Discord. Discord's been a lot of fun. Have the Discord up all the time. Talk to everybody there. So really, that's also another resource if you want to come join me on Discord. I'm on there. I check it every day. Sometimes I have it up all day long, you know, what have you. So join us on Discord. Social links. Also, it has links for the Way the Brush t-shirts. Just like what you see here. Also have another design, which is like the little fella in the corner over here. Also have him on a t-shirt as well. And they help support the cause. They help me make upgrades and continue and upkeep as well. And so it's a big help. And of course, if you do have a t-shirt of yourself, send me a picture of you in your t-shirt, and I will put it up in the Monkey Shrine. That is also on the wayofthebrush.com page. And of course, also the links for the patron support. If you want to consider supporting me on Patreon, that's fine. Even if you don't have the resources, I mean, you know, liking, subscribing, thumbing up the video, and all that helps support Way of the Brush. So, you know, it all helps. So don't worry. If you don't have the resources to contribute, don't feel bad. You know, like I said, just like, share, subscribe, all that goodness. It all helps. Even talking about it, you know, you're going onto a forum and you're asking, somebody's asking about, well, where do I go for painting help? You can always point them towards me, and, you know, that always helps. Everything always helps. And of course, a big thank you to Guymere Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out. I think they're in the middle of it. Are they doing something today? I can't remember if they're doing something today. They were doing something last night though. But either way, if you like yourself some beer and some Blood Bowl, definitely check them out. It's very entertaining, and it's good for a laugh. And of course, you know, if you like watching yourself some football and Blood Bowl, you know, are pretty much the same thing. And yeah. And of course, I always have to thank him at the beginning of the show, because sometimes I forget to when I do the email segments. And yeah, so that's why we always give the big shout out to Carl, aka Guymere Alfer, for, you know, taking the time out of his busy day to create those jingles at the beginning of the email segments that we all know and love. And yeah, so all right. And of course, you guys get me twice this week. It looks like it's going to be pretty much a weekly thing. some of you guys who follow mini wargaming and my efforts on mini wargaming, I've started a new show on the Twitch side of things. Now that show is only going to be Twitch, whereas this show is on Twitch and YouTube. This is completely separate. That other painting auxilium is for mini wargaming, and yeah, so different set of rules, as it were. And so, yeah, you guys get me twice a week now. So if you guys are watching on Twitch, you know, you guys get a double dose. Double dose? I don't know if I want to use that term. Dose? Get a dose? Get the dose? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with any of that. Don't ask. Where are we into the comments? I can see Matthew Ademi. Hey, Nathaniel. Hi. Eldari Lamborghini. Hello there. Kevin Cabal, happy Saturday, my fellow monkeys. Greetings to the esteemed monkey master. Well, thank you, Kevin. Nathaniel, I love this intro. Yeah, I'm gonna change up the intro though. Hopefully this coming month, I'm gonna try and squeeze in some time because I would like to do it for the beginning of the year. So like the brand new year, you know, and you know, I really haven't taken a lot of breaks this year. Really, I've been pretty consistent with doing this show. Mainly because I've been doing it from home. Sometimes when I was, you know, like when I was doing it and, you know, like, you know, the backdrop was like my office at work. You know, some days it was kind of, can I make it? Am I not? You know, oh, what's going on? And, you know, whereas from home, it seems to be just more cozier. You know, I'm home. I can do whatever I want when I'm home. I can say whatever I want. I can yell at whoever I want. You know, so freedoms. Where am I? Ghost of Starman Deluxe, sup monkeys, big Vigilis hype. Oh, yeah, the Games Workshop thing, yeah. Nathaniel, the theme that is. Yeah, the theme, yeah. Fear School, morning monkeys, morning Fear School. Matthew Adami, can we make this an obligatory oligarchy? Obligatory, can't even read. Oligarchy instead of a monarchy. Sure. Kingdom Jams, I don't think I've ever read that name. Kingdom Jams. Well, welcome, Kingdom Jams, a.k.a. Monkey Prime. Eldari Lamborghini. Nah, I prefer the Monkey King. Monkey King? Monkey Prime? I don't know. I don't call myself by any of those terms, so I leave that up to you guys and your capable and somewhat disturbed minds. Monkey minds? Monkey minds? That sounds weird. Monkey minds. Geo Fits. Morning, Chris. My goal for this 2 hours is to finish building 30 Drukhari boys. Very cool. I'm sure you'll get through it. Eldari Lamborghini. My goal is to prime the Patreon model. Oh yeah, yeah. Because we're gonna do that tomorrow. So everybody who's been supporting me on Patreon, we've been doing a patron paint along, and basically we've started a brand new model. I don't even have mine here. Mine's still at the office. I gotta remember to go get that today. But we're doing a bust, and we're probably gonna we're gonna swing for the fences here, and we're gonna do some really not advanced stuff, but we're gonna do some non-metallic metals. We're gonna do some flesh. We're gonna do hairs. We're probably gonna do lots of blendings, probably lots of glazings. But from what I understand from all the patrons is that we wanted to do this primarily by brush, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it primarily by brush. Well, I can barely read what that is. Oh, Eldari's posting the link for the model. If anybody's curious what it is. So, yeah. Where am I? Aaron Seach, howdy monkeys, and Kris. Johnny Chap Shop over on Twitch. It always seems impossible until it is done. Read more at. And there's, I don't know, might have been a link or something there. Dark Commission. Hi, Kris and monkeys. Hello, Dark Commission. Jim White, what is everyone painting today? As for me, it is a Imperial Guard trooper. Just one trooper? Wow. you're going to take a while to get your army done, right? Matthew Demi. Aaron, are you coming? Oh, are you coming to Adepticon? Well, Aaron's not too far, but yeah. So, oh, he's already got the hotel booked. Yeah. So Aaron said he's got the hotel booked. And Eldari posted a link, and I think, yeah, it was for Big Child Creatives. That's the model, that link that is in the chat. Anybody who can go through and see the chat, just click the link. It's fine. This is a model. That's what we're working on. Eldari Lamborghini. That's the link to the model that we're painting. Yep. Matthew Demi. Kris, can we get a Way of the Brush sweatshirt? Sure. Why not? I don't see why not. Why not, right? I haven't updated the shirt section in a bit, so yeah. Mainly because I have a kind of a new design I've been working on, and it's something that I'm working with another monkey on, and I might change up the little monkey head a bit. So, yeah. Charlie McCoy. Hey Kris, can't stay for long on my break. I have a wee question. Can you make these shows on audio format? It would be great to listen to you on the way back from work. Take care. I have tried doing the podcast thing where basically I turn this into a podcast. It's just an audio file and then upload it as a podcast. Most of the things I've seen, because this is a 2-hour show and I have like what episode are we at? 228? So there's 228 of these episodes minus 10. And yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but a lot of the hostings for podcasts, they cost, especially because I have a 2-hour podcast essentially, and I have so many, and I'd like to have all these available. It just costs, and I mean, I would kind of need a lot of overwhelming feedback that everybody wanted podcasts. So everybody who wants this to be a podcast, you got to send me letters and notifications, and you know what I mean, and just keep badgering me about this, because then I will do it. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it, because it's not a difficult process to do. I mean, it's a fairly easy thing to do. It's just the hosting services for this. There's some that are fairly pricey. Like I was looking at SoundCloud, and they wanted like, what was it, like $20-some a month just to host the files, and I was like, and it wasn't even like I could like just one day just dump all these files on the thing. It was like I could only do like a couple a day kind of thing. I was like, that's kind of crap. Yeah. But I mean, the other benefit would be is that they'd be available on like iTunes and stuff like that. And then, yeah. And then of course, I mean, like if I'm having to pay for stuff so that these can be available, you know, I might have to charge for them, like $1 or something like that, you know. But then I don't know if anybody wants to pay $1. But then, you know, like if it's, you know, a lot of say patron support or something like that, then, you know, sure, right? I mean, but otherwise, yeah, because I mean, like for me to keep just outlaying money for all this stuff, I mean, it's not terribly practical, you know. Like right now, Way the Brush is fine. It's fine. It's not like, you know, pretty much all the patron support pretty much has paid for all the upgrades and all the upkeep. So this really doesn't cost me anything to do, essentially, you know. So that's a good thing, right? I mean, if the patron support had become very huge, then I would consider maybe taking like ads off the sites, try and keep everything free, you know, and then I might have the extra money to, you know, pay for podcasting and then, you know, have that for free, you know. I mean, like if there was, you know, a huge amount of support. But otherwise, where we're at right now, we're perfectly fine. So don't fret. But I mean, if you guys really want the podcasting, well then you're going to have to harass me about it, because otherwise I'm not going to really think about it. Because even after this show, I might just blank out and, you know, I mean, I will blank out, but I mean, I don't know where I was going with any of this. Anyway. So Charlie, hopefully that answered your question there. Matthew Adami, I think we've got 2 slots left in our event, which means I need to be productive with terrain. Yes, Matthew. Well, we got a few months, but yeah, you might as well start now. Just start now and get us ready. That'd be awesome. If I can drum up some extra things, I will send them your way, Matthew. And so, yeah. And of course, everybody else out there who's attending Adepticon, we have the event that Matthew is chairing, leading, spearheading. Anyway, he's coordinating. Yes, there we go. He's coordinating. He's coordinating the Way the Brush meetup and battle event. And we did it last year. We had a lot of fun. We're going to do it again this year, so it'll be twice as much fun, at least, right? So we've got a couple spots left. I have not checked to see how many spots have been taken. I don't even know how many spots we had to begin with, but feel free. Jump in, Adepticon. Of course, also, I am running 2 events at Adepticon. They're Way of the Brush, you know, painting demonstration. Basically, all I'm looking for is, you know, people to sign up. I'm running a Thursday night and a Saturday night. So they'll be at night, late at night. They'll probably be very, very loose. I'm planning on recording these events so that they can be posted later on. And these are Way of the Brush, so it is me. And of course, yeah, and basically it's going to be kind of like this, where I'm just talking to you guys. You guys ask me a question about painting or what have you, and I will answer it live. If it needs a demonstration, I will do the demonstration. It would be great if people sent me questions for this event. So anybody who has already signed up and is watching this, send me questions for that event so that I can have the materials ready and I can just demonstrate for you guys live. And, you know, and of course, you know, it's going to be at late at night, so it's going to be loose. It's going to be like this. It's going to be me talking and going on about stuff and just generally being an arse. And yeah, so it's really wide open as far as what we cover. It's going to be late at night. We're going to have fun. We're going to have laughs. Hopefully nobody's too trashed by the end of the night, you know, to at least learn something. I don't know. But hopefully. But it should be a good time. So, again, Way of the Brush. When you sign up for Adepticon and you're looking for the events, just type Way of the Brush in, and the 3 events will pop up. 2 will be the Way of the Brush class with me. It's a demonstration for beginners and intermediates. You know what I mean? Basically, everybody who needs help. And of course, also Matthew is coordinating our other event, the Meet and Battle. And so yeah, just type that in and sign up. Get a spot. Get a spot while the spots are there. Because a lot of things fill up pretty fast. Matthew Demi, no monkey Hawaiian shirt though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would do a monkey Hawaiian shirt. Don't get me wrong. I would totally do it. But I don't know if it's offered through the service. Because I go through a third-party service. And, you know, yeah. Matthew Demi, this is Painting Auxilium. After dark, we can swear and make terrible jokes here. No, this is completely different from Painting Auxilium. And I know a couple of you monkeys were trying to throw me off there yesterday too. Bad monkeys. Trying to make me look foolish. That's okay. I make myself look foolish. That's not shocking at all. Jabba's left nut. Yeah, there's one of the culprits right there. It's Saturday. That means it's pants off, cider in one hand, and Kris, all my favorite things at one time. Cider. You know what? I've never really had any of the the ciders. I mean, I like straight up apple cider. I like the fresh apple cider, like, you know, when they go out into the woods, tap a tree, and you know what I mean? And well, not tap a tree, that's for the sap, but you know, the apple cider. You know what I mean. I was thinking, because like up in Sault Ste. Marie, it's a big thing for maple and syrups. There's a quite, you know, it's quite popular down here. They sell it in a lot of like boutique places and, you know, farmers market and stuff like that. And it's a particular syrup that's from Sault Ste. Marie, from the area I'm from. Well, I grew up. I'm from. My home territory is up there, I'd say. Anyway, the big thing up there. This big maple sugar, and of course, you know, Canadians are all about the maple syrup, right? So. Nathaniel, overdose. Yeah, it's an overdose. GeoFits, I forgot to send an email earlier, so I'll send you an email with some pictures, Kris. Well, please do. Ramv, hey, monkeys. Hey, Kris. Hey, Ramv. Raziel, hey, monkeys. Sort of listening today, kind of working. Sort of listening, kind of working. That sounds terrible, dude. That sounds terrible. Come on, man. You should be like totally working and kind of listening. This is kind of in the background. We're feeding your subconscious, as it were. Jim White, dear Kris, when Quirk left Mini Wargaming, did you give him the traditional farewell of your people? No, I did not, because I just didn't. You know, I probably should have, but I didn't. And well, no, I did give Quirk some slaps. And Quirk has gotten the beats a couple times, not on camera. Yeah, he's gotten the beats, so he knows. Quirk knows where he stands. And, you know, He's good. He's good. Matthew Demi. The title is Warhammer 40,000, Way of the Brush, Meet and Battle. That's the title of the thing. But if you just type Way of the Brush into the search engine, all 3 events will show up. Matthew Demi. Kris plugged the Way of the Adepticon event. I did. Mind you, these comments are a little bit behind, so. Okay, let's quickly skim through some here. Johnny Chop Shop. I subscribe to the show on Twitch. Does it do any good for, or am I wasting my money? No, it does. It does plenty good. I think what it is, subscribing on the Twitch, because there's so few followers and subscribers that it takes a while for, you know, the amount to accrue to an amount where they pay out, if you kind of get that. So it's banking. It's banking. And my YouTube is kind of the same way too. My YouTube doesn't pay me often either. Really, Patreon pays far better. So, you know, but I mean, like, it all helps. All contributions help in any which shape and form. So, you know, if you don't feel like subscribing, you know, then don't. If you're on Twitch and you don't want to follow, I mean, following is not a huge deal because, you know, there's no monetary gain to that. At least not as far as I know. It's when you subscribe versus YouTube, where subscribe is just following, you know. So, because there's no real monetary gain to that. Like, having 100,000 subscribers doesn't really get you anything. It's the views and how often you're viewed versus what ad revenue is generated from the commercials, right? So, anyway. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. That's rude of me. Cock King 5555. Thin in paints. You're thin in paints? Cool. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Kris, unfortunately, we can't have Way of the Brush sweatshirts. Sweatshirts were recently banned by the UN because many people have had heat stroke due to the combo of global warming and thick clothing. That can't be real. Come on, you're fooling me. That can't be real. Come on. Ghost, you're being funny. Jabba's Left Nut. It is easy to listen as an MP3. Use an online video converter and paste the video link and convert to MP3 or move. Yes, converting these files is easy. Or if anybody else does it, you know. I ain't gonna stop you, you know. Zalnos. Hey, Kris and chat. Hello. Kevin Cabal. So Way of the Brush bikinis are still okay? Ben Ellis. Hello, Monkey and Monkey Lord. Monkeys and Monkey Lord. Just a quick stop to say hello. However, I've got to go and adult, so I will watch later. Have a good evening, guys. Good evening. Where am I? Charlie McCoy. Thanks, Kris. I'm off. I'm off. Back to work. Take care, mate. Okay. Geez, these links are in a weird text. They mess with my eyes. It's like a purple on dark blue kind of text. And it's like, ugh. Anyway, Jabba's Left Nut. I use videography, or I think the other one is online video converter. Dead easy. I do it to get audiobooks from YouTube. I got you. Nathaniel, wow, YouTube notification is really up to date. It just notified me that the live stream is on and it's running since 16 minutes. Yes, but as you full well know, Nathaniel, the first half hour of the show is me just reading people's names and reading comments and, you know, nothing terribly important. Matthew Dummy. Kris, I'm building the terrain and stuff in Detroit. So, Kris, help. You're in Detroit? Are you in Detroit long? Like, are you going to be there long? Because maybe, you know, maybe I'll take a little jaunt over to Detroit. Come visit, maybe. I don't know. Because I know Stinky Diver. I know he's in, like, Lansing, I believe, which is not too far off. I think it's like, what, a 40-minute drive or something like that? I don't know. Maybe we'll meet up sometime. Maybe over the holidays. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. Now, I'm not planning anything, but I'm just saying that maybe we'll take a jaunt sometime. Grim over on Twitch. Hello there. Should be fun for sure. They should be fun. Okay. Quickly keep going through here. Oh, Carlos Calazoy? Calazoy? Or is it Carlo Scalazoy? Scalazoy? Anywho. Hey, name butcher. So, you know. I'll just say Carlos. Or maybe it's Carlo. No, it's Carlos, right? I don't think Carlo is a name, is it? I don't know. Carlos, anyway. Hey, Kris, just saying hi. Newly subscribed. I'm going to be following you guys closely from now on. Well, thank you for subscribing and, you know, give the video a thumb up. And, you know, stick around because sometimes this show is informative. Sometimes. Not all the time. But sometimes. Kevin Gabal, I was not BSing you about the bikinis. Oh, please don't do Way the Brush bikinis. Especially mankinis. Don't do mankinis. Oh, God, don't do mankinis. For the love of God, don't do it. Raziel, really wish I wasn't at work right now. I have a bunch of orcs to be finishing. Yeah. You know, I don't know how people do these armies. I mean, like, I collected Imperial Guard one time, and then I did orcs at one point. But in 2nd edition orcs, they weren't, like, crazy numbers like they are in 40k now. In 2nd edition, and even in 1st. There wasn't, you know, crazy amount of boys. And doing Imperial Guard, when was I doing Imperial Guard? That was the end of 2nd into 3rd. I was still kind of collecting Imperial Guard. And again, you know, I was more into the tanks and stuff like that. I wasn't, you know, into big, you know, infantry numbers. The one Imperial Guard force that I've always wanted to do, but just, I don't know, distractions, man. I gotta finish my Eldar. I gotta get, like, I still have a bunch of jet bikes I still gotta finish and stuff like that. And so, like, I still have a ton of stuff to do. And I'm still assembling more Eldar here. I've got 2 more units of Wraith Guard. I've got a unit of Scorpions sitting over here. I've got the Spirit Seer, the new one. I still have 2 more War Walkers and 2 Wraith Lords. And the Wraith Lords are gonna be conversions. I want to convert them. So, you know, I know, priorities, right? And, I would love to do for Imperial Guard Force. I would love to do, because I love Gaunt's Ghosts. Just love Gaunt's Ghosts. Gaunt's Ghosts is a great series of books. I would love to do a Tanith Force. And Victoria Miniatures sells a really kick-ass looking kit for doing units of warriors that look like Tanith. They're perfect. They're spot on for Tanith warriors. If you're not familiar with Victoria Miniatures, and you're an avid Imperial Guard player, and you don't know about Victoria Miniatures, I'm not sure why you wouldn't. But head over to Victoria Miniatures and check out her conversion kits and stuff like that for Imperial Guard, and even some of them are just straight up like complete sculpts, and they're the sculpts are comparable to what JW is producing. They're really good. They look good. I'm pretty sure they're resin kits, so it's kind of like buying from like Forge World. But I mean, you know, if you're used to doing Forge World kits, it's not a problem. Just do a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of sanding here and there, glue them together, you know, and prime them up, right? So it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, I would love to do a Tanith Force. But I mean, like, doing a proper Tanith Force, that's very infantry heavy, and I don't know if I want to go that route. I would kind of I think I would like to do from like Necropolis, where basically you have General Grisman and his damn, I can't remember what the hell they're called now, but it was an armored company that was there. The Tanith were the infantry and the reconnaissance, and there was also dragoons. There was the Volpone dragoons, and they were like stormtroopers and stuff like that. So they were the heavy infantry, and I can't remember what else there was. I can't remember if there was Mechanicus in this story, but either way, yeah, and do it like a mixed force like that, like right from you know, Abnett's kind of universe. You know, that would just be fun. That would just be fun. Where the heck am I? Raziel, Way the Brush, banana hammocks. G squared. Hey Kris. Hey monkeys. Hey G squared. Shogun Ka, William Ka. Did you see the update to Honor Guard Marnius Calgar Warhammer update yet? I did see that. Marnius Calgar, he doesn't look that much bigger than he did. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but like his proportions, he still looks like, I mean, the old version of Marnius Calgar is, you know, he's kind of paunchy and kind of stubby, and you know what I mean? But just because he's got big shoulders and big power fists, and you know what I mean? It just makes the whole model kind of almost looks like Mega Man kind of thing, right? It's just, you know, he's just kind of, you know, kind of paunchy. But the new version of him, yeah, it looks really cool. He's in a great pose. And of course, he's going to be plastic, so that's going to be really nice. It looks really, really great. I was, when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's really awesome. The Imperial Knight conversion thing. No, it's not a Knight. It's it looks like a Reaver Titan. It's like a conversion of the Reaver Titan. And I don't know. I'm not terribly, jazzed up about that. A lot of Imperial stuff I'm not really jazzed up about, I don't know. I'd like to see them support Xenos stuff more than always just throwing more Imperial crap at us, More Xenos. We demand more Xenos. You know what I mean? Like, where are the Gargant? Where's the Gargant? Where's the Orc Gargant, right? Like, the Stompa is kind of like a Knight Titan, right? So where's the Scout Titan for the Orcs? And that was more like a Mech Boy Gargant, or, kind of the smaller Gargant. That was more of like the Scout one. And then, of course, the Gargant was, like the kind of Reaver Titan, Warlord Titan kind of mix, And then, of course, you had the Great Gargants. And then you had the Mega Gargants, Of course, we'll never see Mega Gargants because that's just too crazy. You couldn't afford a Mega Gargant from Forge World, You just couldn't. You'd have to take out, like, it'd be buying a car, you know what I mean? Even like an Emperor Titan, right? You're never going to see an Emperor Titan from Forge World. At least I don't think so. Because, again, you'll have to take out a loan, sell your blood, bodily fluids and organ, something, and to afford this kind of thing, right? And so, yeah, it's not likely to happen. Where the heck am I? Dark Commission, Wave the Brush, Posing Pouch, now in stock. Posing Pouch. Is that what a banana hammock is? A posing pouch? I don't know. Some of these English terms, I don't know. Reziel, the Orcs belong to another player. Thankfully, Orcs are okay, but not my style. Yeah, I like Orcs too. I loved them in second edition. Second edition Orcs were hilarious, just because they were so random and just so deadly, but so random, and it was very comical, and yeah, they were a lot of fun in second edition. And then when they went out to third edition, fourth edition, they lost that comedy and they just became these scary greenskins. And it was like, okay, well, great, yes, we got plenty of scary things. We got Necrons. We got Tyranids, you know what I mean? We got Dark Elder, which is a freaky deaky. And you know what I mean? We don't need more grimdark, you know what I mean? The Orcs were a bit of comic relief in the universe. And they were, they were just really fun because they were just so brutal in the sense that they were just, oblivious to anything else. And that in itself was quite comical, they were so deadly and just brutal that, you know what I mean? So simplistic, and it was funny. Anyway, Grim 10th, first and only, would be a blast to roll. Yes, a full 10th force painted up on a forest board. You'd lose all your models. You'd be like, oh, where'd all my models go? Ramvi, my main project PR now is Thousand Suns. Then and only then can I start Orcs. Well, that's good. That's good to have, direction like that, you know what I mean? It's good to okay, I'm gonna get this army done. When I'm done, then I'll get another army. I wish I had that kind of drive or restraint, because back in the day I was all over the place. When I was in first and second edition, man, I had everything. I had Eldar, Space Marines, Chaos, Orcs, little bit of Nid, man, what else did I have? Necrons weren't a thing. There's something I'm forgetting. Oh, Imperial Guard. Yeah, that was about it. that was all the factions then, because there was no Necrons then. Tyranids weren't really a hardcore faction until second edition. I'm trying to think what else there was. A little bit of squats. I had squats in my force. Anyway. Raziel, my current personal stuff is Death Guard, and then a bit of Drukhari. Grim, that was a fun book. First and only, a great book. I mean, yeah, I got a few of them over there, right? So, of course, some were borrowed, as I realized I should have more books, but people people act like I'm a freaking library or something, and just borrow my shit and just piss me off. Anyway. Matthew Perez, good morning, everyone. Just getting but Reporting from Texas, at work as usual, but getting that OT, overtime. Smiley. Well, hey man, if you're making bank on that, then, you know, it's not too bad. And if you can listen in while you're doing that, I mean, it's the best of both worlds, I suppose, right? Ghost Starman Deluxe. Would have been cooler to see Marius as a Centurion type model. I don't know. I think we're past the Centurion models. I think from the backlash of the Centurions, I don't know if Games Workshop is going to continue on with them. You know what I mean? Like, are they going to give us a Primarius Centurion? Like, what would that? Like, it'd just be a taller? Like, come on. We can come up with, I think, better stuff than that, you know? Johnny Shop, Way of the Brush, episode 228. How to customize your posing pouch. No. No. Grim. Way of the Brush 2, episode 288. Holy crap, 288? Man, we were looking way into the future, dude. Demanding more Xenos models daily. 288. Man, that's like a year and some from now, man. There's what, 52 weeks in a year? And I almost do a show every week. Probably what? Maybe throughout the year, maybe a month off. So about 4 or 5 episodes off. Is that it? That's all I do? Man. Maybe I do need to take more off time. I don't know. You guys seem like you'd probably revolt or something if I took more time off. And besides, I have fun doing this. So, like, you know, this is kind of not like work for me. This is just kind of me hanging out with you guys and helping you guys and, you know, stuff like that, right? So, I don't know. Carlos. Oh, my bad. I forget about that sometimes. About the name butcher thing. Yeah. How could you forget that? Sounded out. Colazo. Oh, okay. Colazo. It's actually pronounced Cojaso. But it's too confusing for most people. Well, I'm not used to a lot of, you know, these fancy dangled European names. Mind you, though, I mean, if I was, you know, trying to teach you guys some Ojibwe words, you guys would probably get all tongue-tied, too. Colazo. Because I don't know if the second pronunciation, that J is supposed to be more like an H. Is that what it is? Or is it a J sound? Koja? So? Half the show is going to be me trying to pronounce this guy's last name. Sir Peanut Butter, late. Yeah, you're a little bit late. It's okay. We're not, holy man, we're already 40 minutes in. It's okay. I'm still reading comments and, you know, I don't know. We're talking silliness. We're talking banana hammocks today somehow. I don't know how we always get on to butt stuff and banana hammocks, but we do. Matthew, Adam, and Chris, I'm stockpiling stuff right now, and I should begin building the table in January in Detroit. Stinky Diver said he'll help me, and so did Eldari. Eldari and his brother Matt. They're both in Windsor, which is just across the river from Detroit. So, yeah, we should plan something. I should plan to come over there for a visit. But anyway, depending on everything works out for him. Yeah, Eldari. Yeah. Sorry, kind of trailed off there while I was reading your comment. Sort of spaced out there a little bit. Matthew Perez, love orcs in the new Dawn of War PC game. They have that comedy to them at least. Yeah, a little bit, yeah, because the comments, right? And they have the funny sounding voices and stuff. So, yeah. Jim White, episode 228. We don't need more Grimdark. We don't, do we? Do we need more Grimdark? I mean, I had a friend, like, because we used to play, well, he's still my friend. We used to play first edition all the time. We played the crap out of first edition. We had many laughs. You know, games were quite small then. It was like a squad and, you know, a bit of artillery or a tank. Like, when we took a rhino, man, it was like, holy man, you took a rhino? Like... Land Raider was unthinkable. It's like, oh, you brought Land Raider? You bastard, you know? So, we used to play like that. And, Warhammer 40,000 at the time, and especially with a lot of the first edition supplements and stuff like that, there was this really kind of funny but grim kind of flavor to the game, And then second edition came out, and it introduced all the card mechanics and war gear cards and special missions, and it was a lot more streamlined than first. The rules were still pretty much the same. A lot of the mechanics were the same. But it had a kind of a colorful aspect to it, and my friend, all through second edition, wouldn't play because he felt that it was too cartoonish. It was too simplified, and you know what I mean? And a lot of the grimdark was taken out of the game. And then when third edition came around, it felt like the grimdark was added back into the universe, and it didn't have that bright, colorful. Because second edition had like very bright colorfulness to it. Like even the codexes were all bright colors, and you know what I mean, like everything was color coded and stuff like that. And so, that turned my buddy off from the game, and he didn't play the entirety of second edition. But then when third edition came rolling around, he was, interested again. And then I think by the time like fifth edition rolled around, he was playing again. So yeah, he's one of those gamers that just, he's got to be into it. Otherwise he's not doing it. He's not even going to look at it, and that's fine. To each their own, Where am I? Man, these comments just keep flying by. Johnny's Chop Shop, Way of the Brush 228. How to show off your banana. Johnny's Chop Shop. My son is laughing so hard. Show off the banana? The banana hammocks? Yeah, I'd laugh too, but then somebody posts a picture and it's like, oh no. Ramby, well, boy, I got like 6 projects. Yeah, well, it's hard when you have so many projects, and it's hard to dedicate so much time, because you're working on one project and you're like, well, I've still got all these other projects to do, and it's like I feel like there's just not enough of me to go around and finish all these projects, and it's hard, and then you kind of get more into a particular project, and you kind of neglect another one, and it's like, and you ask yourself, like, do I even care about this other army now? And like, I haven't even taken any of the models out of the boxes yet, and so you just got to be careful. Nathaniel, Noise Marines come back. Noise Marines, I saw that. Actually, I was on my phone, doing my morningly routine, and I saw that, and I was and yeah, I was like, wow. And I love that it looks a lot like the original, yet it's still got a bit of dynamic. Like, I like the hair flow, and so if those guys come on a box set, I'll probably pick them up. If they're just a single miniature, I'll probably buy one. Either way, I'll probably just buy one just to paint up and for fun, and do something crazy, and probably do a bit of old school. I wish I had my old, because I had 5 of the original models. I gave them to my brother-in-law because he was collecting Chaos at the time, and I just gave him my whole Chaos collection, which was like, I think 4,000, 5,000 points at the time. So yeah, just gave it to him. It's because he played it all the time. I never touched it, and he was a big Khorne fanatic, and so yeah. Whereas mine was my army was Black Legion, but I did them more like the Luna Wolves, So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, the Noise Marines though. Yeah, that's really cool. Grim, dang it. I was distracted when I was looking at the number. Dark Commission, episode 228. Clothing advice for the insane. I like that. We're using that one, Dark Commission. That's too funny. That's too funny. Man, okay. So, hold on here. Folks, will I change up this clothing advice for the insane? Yeah, I like that one. That's funny. That's funny. I'm not saying that those other ones weren't funny. I'm just saying that one hit me in the funny bone. Why do they call it the funny bone when it's not funny? Right? Whenever you hit your funny bone, like you don't laugh. You holler and like you're sitting there, oh, because I did it the other day and I was like, oh my God, my arm. And yeah, like, why do we call it that? I don't know. It just seems kind of crazy to me, for the most part. Eldari Lamborghini, what about a Way the Brush miniskirt? I don't know how many girls would wear that, especially if like there was a monkey logo over their buttocks, and because you couldn't have it on the front because then it just, I don't know, seems vaguely inappropriate. It'd be funny, but I don't know how many girls out there would want to wear that. I don't know. I don't think so. It's just like dudes wearing the banana hammocks. I mean, you don't just. Oh no, we just hit some really bad territory when we're talking about this stuff. It's just no. Nathaniel, episode 228, banana hammocks. Banana hammocks. That sounds like a Homer expression. Banana. I can't even do it. It's Bananarama hammocks. Bananarama hammocks. That's just a fun word. Bananarama hammocks. I don't even know what the hell we're doing. Carlos, I'm collecting a Craft World Eldar army. Or is it Eldari these days? Yeah, it's Eldari these days, right? Because, Eldar is Tolkien and, they're... And I mean, rightly so that they're diverging from it, because they can control their IP that way better if it's truly, their words. Or is it Eldari these days? I wonder why that is. It's copyright. It's copyright because really, and I think that's why they abandoned the Warhammer Fantasy world and created the Age of Sigmar world, or universe, I should say. Because really, Warhammer Fantasy was just a cartoon version of Tolkien's world that he started creating, and you know what I mean. And so, like, how can you claim ownership over something that, the universe, and you're just adding to their universe? You know what I mean? Whereas Age of Sigmar, it's really great because it's more the stuff that they created, right? Like, for example, in the dwarf armies, troll slayers and dragon slayers, the slayers, they were an addition to the army, but otherwise dwarves had that very kind of Tolkien type of, their armor. They lived in, mines in the mountains, and you know what I mean? Like, they were just dwarves right from Tolkien's universe. But the slayers were more of an invention of Games Workshop. And so when the Age of Sigmar rolls around, they make a whole army of it because it was their idea kind of thing, right? Perfectly acceptable. I'm fine with that. And, you know what I mean? Now, mind you, I'm not up on all of Tolkien's universe. I mean, maybe there is mention of Slayers. I have no idea. I mean, again. But, yeah, it's copyright reasons. It's so that they can control it. And same with Warhammer 40k, right? I mean, the Eldar become Eldari, Dark Eldar, or Drukhari. Necrons is theirs. Tyranids is theirs, Space Marine, the word itself is not theirs. I believe because they lost that lawsuit, they own Space Marine. That actually, no, it was from earlier literature. And what is it? Adeptus Astartes. But that they were always known as Adeptus Astartes. Games Workshop gave them that name since the very beginning, since the early days. And so, they just went, okay, well, they're Adeptus Astartes, right? So, yeah. That's a better move for them, because then it becomes very clear, like when the parameters of what they own and what they control and what is theirs, once that is well established, then anybody who's creating additional material and creating additional sculpts and things like that for the game system, Games Workshop can't sue them for it because they don't own it. So it becomes very clear. It's when the rules of the game are very well established, everybody can play and everybody can enjoy a bit of piece of the pie, as it were. Holy moly, where am I? Jabba's Left Nut, episode 228. What's your preference? Posing poach or budgie smugglers? We need somewhere to put our brush. Budgie smugglers. Jeez. Budgie smugglers. That's crazy. You people are crazy. Matthew Perez, average of 50 episodes a year ain't bad though. No, I mean, 50 episodes a year, that's a lot. TV shows don't even do 50 shows a year. You know, but I mean, like, it's not a lot of work for me to do this show, right? It's not like I'm writing notes and preparing things, you know what I mean? Like, everything's always off the cuff. And I mean, like, I'm always answering your questions as you're asking them, right? And so the show is quite random. You never know what you're going to get in the show. I probably should go back to earlier episodes and kind of tag what things are in previous episodes, like what we talk about. Like, say for example, if I talk about a wet palette, then there's tags in the video for wet palettes when that moment comes up in the show, right? Or even if I could do it during the show, it would be kind of cool. But we're not at that point yet. And also, it's only me that does this show, right? It's not like I have somebody off screen who's switching cameras and doing this or that. And yeah. Oh yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock. I gotta get to an email soon. Because we do have a good amount of emails today. Oh, excuse me. Hashtag. I wonder if I should get an airbrush. I'm mostly in the hobby for the lore and the playing, but not much of a painter. But I have tons of models badly needed for some colors. Well, hashtag mini wargaming. Okay, I don't know if you're a Vault member of hashtag, but we're gonna put out a video series that is geared towards people in your situation where you want to get your stuff painted, but you're just not sure where to start, how to start, what to do, what kind of techniques, and you know what I mean? And so we're coming out with this beginner series that should hopefully get you into painting your miniatures as quickly as possible, as the catchphrase goes. Catchphrase? Tagline? Tagline, not catchphrase. Tagline. And so, yeah. But, don't worry. You'll get through it. Fire Drake 18, listening to the stream while driving. Yeah, just don't write comments while you're driving, dude. Jeez Louise. Dark Commission, episode 228. My name is Kris, pronounced Kris. Matthew Damming, Way of the Brush, episode 228. Banana hammocks and butt stuff. Yeah, we're not looking for clickbaity type titles here. Or are we? I don't know. Oh, man. Eldari. Yeah, here we go. Eldari, he's a future lawyer here. This way they can control the use of the word and monetize it or shut down people who make copies. Exactly. Allegedly. Right. So take it from Mr. Law there. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm far from a lawyer as can be. In fact, I'm anti-lawyer. Whatever that is. No, anti-lawyer. I'm not for knowing the law. I don't know. That sounds completely stupid. Anyway. Aaron Seach. Detroit isn't that far from me either. About the same distance as Kris. Really? I thought you were like in Milwaukee. Or no, you're somewhere in Wisconsin, I thought. But anyway, Detroit's not that far from you? I thought it was. Or do you come through, say, Upper Michigan, then come down? Is that which way you're talking about? That's got to be the way you're talking about. Anyway, for me, Detroit is only about 3 hours. 3 hours away for me. I'm on the Niagara Peninsula, kind of in the middle of the peninsula. You know how Ontario kind of has like an arrowhead shape coming down like that? Yeah, we're on the peninsula off to there. For anybody out there who's kind of wondering where exactly we are as far as mini wargaming and all that. Yeah. Nathaniel, Kris, I'm bummed out that you have the 2nd edition Warhammer 40k rulebook. I bought one with the War Gear book on eBay, but the delivery service is unable to bring it to me and send it back to the UK. Oh, damn. Well, my Warhammer 40k rulebook, 2nd edition one, that is it here? That's a Rogue Trader. I have more books in my office at work. I've been meaning to bring them home, just to kind of fill my personal book space up. Sorry, here we go again. I'm looking for things that aren't around. Oh, you know what? No, my 2nd edition books are in my office. Yeah, my books are in my office. Because I still have my Dark Millennium box set. And so all my 2nd edition stuff is in the Dark Millennium box. That's what it is. And Dark Millennium was a lot of fun. Playing with Psychic Powers back then, because when Psychic Powers was a proper psychic phase, and it was like a part of the game. If anybody was familiar with like fantasy, where basically you're taking cards and you're laying cards down for how much power, and It was a fun mechanic. It took forever, but I mean, second edition, like 40K was more skirmish based. Now Warhammer 40,000 has become this more, you know, like battalions and companies kind of thing, you know, like playing with like 5 squads with tank support and artillery and and air support, and you know what I mean, like it's kind of full on armies fighting each other, right? Versus before when it was like 2 squads and a tank and a couple characters, and you know what I mean, like that was Warhammer second edition, you know. Anyway. Nathaniel, Chris, it's the funny bone because others have a laugh. Yeah, seeing you hop around going, oh. Jim White, dear Chris, while my painted models are drying, may we have an email or two? You're absolutely correct, Jim White. I'm just going to quickly skim through a bunch of these comments. Kevin Cabal, Monkey Toe, Camel Toe's evil cousin. Jeez. George Hintz, because when you hit your funny bone, it makes other people laugh. Aaron Seach, Wave the Brush, Banana Hammock. There is an ad that I don't want to see. There's an ad I don't ever want to see. No, you don't ever want to see that, man. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Kappa BD, Banana Hammock. Johnny Chop Shop. My son's laughing so hard he just farted. Oh man, you better go tell him to go wipe his bum. If he's laughing that hard, he might have sharted. He might have sharted. You don't know. You better check. You better go run to the bathroom. Pause the video. Go check. Add some racing stripes to his underwear. Old man Logan. Hi Chris. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss an email? No, you didn't. You didn't miss an email. I haven't even got to the email portion of the show. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. I got 2 minutes yet. I could still goof around for 2 minutes here. Aaron, Chris, I'm in Janesville, Wisconsin, about an hour and 20 north of where Adepticon is held. Oh, okay. So would you from where you are, would you come through like the Chicago way to Detroit, or would you? No, I guess maybe it's closer to go that way than the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and then come down, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't have a map in front of me, so I have no idea. I have no idea where Janesville is. If you're only an hour and 20 minutes from Chicago, then yeah, I mean, well, actually, it's not really Chicago, right? It's Schaumburg or whatever, and yeah. Anyway, Dark Commission. I ordered Turbo Dork Color Shift bundle on Black Friday deal. I have an Oriental fighting lady to paint soon, and the paints will be fantastic for the silk parts of her dress. Awesome. The Turbo Dork colors I really like. Now, mind you, like as far as acrylics and color shift paints are, they're fantastic. I love the color shifts that you get with them, and yeah. Now, mind you, I have not tried the Green Stuff World ones, but yeah, the Turbo Dork ones I like. And running them through the airbrush, turn your PSI just about around 20, 15, anywhere from 15 to 20 PSI. Spray, somewhat about 8 inches or 8 inches. You're working somewhat close to the model, and definitely use a gloss black primer. Use a gloss black primer. Okay, when you're using these colors, that's gonna help maximize reflectivity of or luster of the metallics. So use that. Geofits. 3 Drakari boys finished, 27 to go. Dude, at that rate, if you've only gotten 3 done in the hour since we started, you're not getting all 30 done while we're on the show today. That's not happening. Nathaniel. Hey, monkeys. Hey, Nathaniel. Weren't you already in here? Are you doing things bass backwards today? Or have you not been in here? Maybe not. I don't know. Nathaniel, what starter set can you recommend for adapting one's paint palette? Huh? What starter set can you recommend for adapting one's paint palette? Nathaniel, I'm going to need a little bit of clarification on that. What do you mean by that? Adapting one's paint palette. A starter set. Like are you talking about a paint palette, or are you talking about like like just the palette of colors that you have available to you. Is that what you're referring to? Yeah, I'm going to need a little bit of clarification on that one, Nathaniel. Jabba's Left Nut. Did anyone get a bargain on Friday? I missed Tooth and Claw box set. It was only £45. Dope! Dope! You know what? I didn't go in for any Black Friday stuff. Nothing. Nothing. Not a thing. I'm in a unique. I'm in a unique position of not really wanting too much right now. I mean, I want, but I don't need. And so I usually buy out of need. And right now, like, there's a lot I want, but they're not things, you know what I mean? Like, for example, on my want list, I want a new computer, new gaming rig, new streaming rig, I want. I don't need it because I'm doing the show from home. I mean, everything's running fine and everything's good, right? So I don't need it, but I want it. A chair, right? Brand new chair. Do I need it? No, because this chair is I'm still sitting on it. It still works. It hasn't broken and fallen off and, breaking my back or anything like that. Do I want one? Yeah. So differences between need and want, right? It's good to be clear as to what you need versus what you want, because sometimes what you want, you don't always get what you want. Sounds like a song. Just be careful, because sometimes you get what you asked. Sometimes you get what you asked for, and sometimes you don't. Geofits. Well, everyone's legs are done, so I'm working on the upper halves. The halves. Matthew Demi. So that way, it's never over. I'm not sure. That was probably. Oh, he'll put the show on a loop, so it's never ever. I got you. Fire Drake 18. Have to go. Enjoy the show, everyone. Banana hammocks for everyone. Banana hammocks. Old Man Logan. Who had Tooth and Claw for that price at Jabba's Left Nut? See, gotta put that at the beginning. Old Man Logan. I read the whole comment, and then it was at the end. You were talking to Jabba. I was like, what? Arg. Aqua, there he is. Whoa, I'm really late. What up, monkeys? What's up, Aqua? What's up? Jabba's Left Nut. Triple Helix Gaming. Oh, that's who had the thing. Now I'm reading other people's things here. Nathaniel, Kris. Hit enter key too early. I want to expand my paint range with some more colors to try out. I currently tested Army Painter's starter. I'm thinking about either Vallejo or Scale 75. Any tips? Vallejo or Scale 75, you can't go wrong with either. And if you're already used to Army Painter's type of paint with the dropper style and the thinner flowing kind of paint, good, because Vallejo and Scale 75 will give you more of that, right? Thinner body paint, but really nice pigment. I really enjoy Scale 75's metallics. Their opaque colors are really good. A lot of the colors dry with a matte finish, which a lot of people really like. Vallejo, great color line, tons of colors. Vallejo also has a great auxiliary set to their colors. They have a lot of mediums and, all these textures and stuff like that. Whereas Scale 75, I think they're kind of missing the boat on that one with providing additional auxiliary type products to go along with their paint line, like thinning mediums and, glazes and varnishes and, all that stuff. And I think Scale 75 really needs to pick up their game in that regard. But otherwise, I love their colors. I love their metallics. The metallics are fantastic. Vallejo also does the Model Air line. Model Air line. And their metallics, apparently those metallics are really good as well. I've only ever played with the silver, just one of the silvers, and it was good. I liked it. But Scale 75, I like because they offer different colors as well. There also is another good paint line out there, is MIG Ammo. MIG Jamez or MIG Jamez. However you pronounce that properly. I'm butchering it. But also that paint line is pretty darn good too. The paints are really thin. They're in dropper style bottles. They actually come with agitators in them. And they offer a huge, I had no idea how big their paint line was. I had no idea. And their water-based acrylic paints, there's a huge selection of colors, and their metallics are really good as well. And they have some tints that are not available in other colors as well. They have like a really light gold, kind of a brass. They got some really deep coppers, and yeah, they've got some really great metallics. I often look at the metallics when I'm looking at paint lines, and so yeah, scale 75 for me is really good in that regards. I just wish they had more auxiliary type products, whereas Vallejo has a ton of auxiliary, and MIG also has a huge lineup of colors. So those are the three things I would offer. And I mean, you can go between the two, even mixing and matching colors between Vallejo and Scale 75 and MIG and Army Painter. Mixing, like, you know, taking, say, red from Army Painter and mixing with a little bit of brown from Vallejo, and, you know, taking metallic from, you know, Scale 75. You know what I mean? Like, all those colors will all mix together just fine because they're all water-based acrylics. You couldn't do that, say, with, say, Vallejo water-based acrylics and, say, Tamiya acrylic. Different kinds of paint. Although, mind you, when doing up the blood recipe with Tamiya Clear Red, I add a little bit of Abaddon Black to it. Like a spot of Abaddon Black, and just to deepen up the color a bit. But, yeah. So, there is that. So hopefully, Nathaniel, that helps and gets you some ideas. It sounds like you've been doing some research. Vallejo Scale 75 and MIG Yemez, however you pronounce that properly. Their ammo paint line, like ammo, like gun ammo. You know, I don't know. Is this a gun? That's a gun. Ammo paint line. That's pretty darn good. Reaper has a pretty decent line. They have a Masters series of colors. It's pretty good. They dry with a nice matte finish, if that kind of thing concerns you. I don't know why people get really hung up on matte or varnish finishes, because when you seal the model, you can always gloss it or matte it, right? I don't know why people really get worked up about how the paint finishes, because you can always varnish it afterwards. And you know, if these are gaming pieces, you should always be varnishing them anyway, right? So yeah. Where am I in the comments? Old Man Logan at Kris. Have you seen the Creature Caster has merged with a company that is making paints? Monolith, I think. You should check those out. I did check them out because I got the email. And yeah, it's pretty darn cool. It's another paint line. Right, we're getting another paint line, and the bottles look interesting because they look like the screw top lids. They almost look like a golden air high flow paint line. That's what it kind of reminds me of, and so it's intriguing in that regards. I may pick up a color or two from them just to try out their like how it flows, how it covers, stuff like that. But there's one thing I'm concerned about, because I've seen also they're releasing a brush set. And I can't remember what the brush set. The brush set's got some crazy ass name. Everybody head over to Creature Caster. Open up another tab. Open up Creature Caster, and you'll see what we're talking about here. They got a new paint line from this company that they're partnering with, or they're affiliated, or whatever. Paint line, brushes, and I think it's a soap they're offering as well. And I was going on a few weeks ago about silly ass names for these products, and the paint line, I didn't see if they had funny names, and I mean, I'm not too concerned about it. The brushes have really odd names, and I'm like, well, how does this help somebody? How does this help a painter assess whether these brushes are going to be what they need, right? For brushes, I mean, realistically, what is wrong with just sticking with the damn number system? 2, 1, 0, 000, 00, quadruple 0, you know what I mean? Like, then people kind of know what brush is for, and you know what I mean? If they want to try out different brushes from other companies, just use a damn number system, right? I get kind of pissed off about, like, when people try and reinvent names, and it's just because Games Workshop does that crap all the time doesn't mean everybody else has to. I mean, Games Workshop does it because, I don't know, they want to separate and they want to control their IP and blah, 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 you know, I mean, there's all these reasons. But otherwise, when people are concerned with just painting, that kind of thing confuses people. And then I got to sit here on this show and explain to everybody what particular brushes do. And you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of unnecessary, you know? It's kind of like when other artists use different terminologies differently from other artists. When terminologies mean specific things, there's a reason. Because, I mean, like, the 21st century, miniature art and painting didn't just come about. It's been around for centuries. Those terms that are used for the last 500 years, there's a reason we keep using those terms, because that's what we're referring to. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you don't know what the freaking term is, then don't use it. So, yeah, exactly. Johnny's Chop Shop. I'm looking for a paint color, mermaid blue. Right. That shit just pisses me off. You know, mermaid blue. Like, what the fuck kind of color is mermaid blue? Like, just aggravates me to no end, you know? It's unnecessary. It's wasteful. It wastes people time, and it's wasteful. It's not necessary, you know? Now, as far as the paints are concerned, fantastic, awesome. I'm glad that Creature Caster is putting on a paint line. I think a missed opportunity is that they should have come out with little box sets of colors that kind of went along with their models, right? So they could have named these paints, you know, kind of like how Privateer Press kind of does their painting schemes, how it's Crixbane, right? It's a particular color for Crix. Gives you that idea that that's what that color's for, right? Rather than just giving the paint a name that has some, you know, funny, cute little name. You know, it's unnecessary, and I think that's a missed opportunity that they could have went with. That they could have probably moved more paint with their models if those paints were associated with their models, right? If those paints had names that were associated to the particular models, so that, you know, if a particular model was to be painted in a particular kind of color scheme, right? Now, mind you, they leave their models to be openly interpreted as far as how you want to paint them. But anybody who knows what they're dealing with here, that Creature Caster models, especially the earlier stuff, they're kind of proxies for the larger Games Workshop demons, right? So like the Vulture is really more of a Lord of Change, right? The big evil demon one is more of a Khorne model. The spider demon's more of a Slanesh model, and the plague thing is more of a plague demon, right? I mean, like, we all know what those models were, and the paints could have been associated with those particular color schemes, and that would have been something really fantastic. You know, and the other question becomes, do we really need more paints? Do we need more paints? Like, War Colors, I think it was, right? Is anybody talking about that paint brand anymore? You know, not that I know of. You guys haven't been asking me about it. I haven't seen it in mini wargaming. I haven't seen it on the internet. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any reviews for it. I haven't seen nothing. Is it even still a thing? Right? Because when it initially was coming out, people were talking all about it. But a good week, everybody's blah, 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 you know? And now, nothing. Is it still a thing? Like I said, like, do we need another paint line? Do we need it? Where am I here? Kurt Kershaw and Kris. It's Monument Hobbies that merge with Creature Caster. The brushes use the number system. They were rebranded, and the names are for the sets, not the brush. Oh, okay. So the brushes have numbers. Okay, great then. Awesome. Fantastic. I just seen the name, and I seen it had like a whole bunch of names, and I was just, oh my god. But yeah. Kurt Kershaw and Kris. The paints all have pigment names, and also you can create your own sets of paints instead of buying weird boxes. If you put 8 paints in your cart, they all get discontinued. What? If you put 8 paints in your cart, they all get discontinued. Yeah, but I mean, like how is that any different from, you know, I mean, you got to mix and match your own colors. Okay, great. So it's more for advanced people, because I mean, color mixing is more for intermediate and advanced people. Somebody brand new to this hobby, this is way outside their comfort zone, and you know, there are more people entering this hobby than there are people who stay with it for any length of time. At least that seems to be the trend. So, Kurt Kershaw and Kris. I personally know the people behind the new paints and the more than a year-long process of why and how the paint was formulated the way it was. Okay, great. Explain. Old Man Logan, Shark Brown. Yeah, Shark Brown. Shark Brown. Totem Lord. So, Chris, I've had some really slow progress with my Stormcast that you liked, but I have sent an email recently with a whole new plan for them. Hope you enjoy. Okay, cool. Yeah, please send me an email. Send the email. Send the email. Yeah. So yeah, to go back to like the paint process. I mean, like it looks like they sell like the primary colors, right? It's the primary colors plus a few secondaries and a tertiary and maybe some metallics, right? It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of colors there. It looks like what, about 20 colors? And they're specially formulated. Fantastic. I mean, you know, people who use, like, I use Golden High Flow. Those colors are really fantastic. They're very, very thin. They run through the airbrush just fine. They run through a paintbrush just fine. And but Golden High Flow, there's only like 20 or 30 colors there as well. And they're all the primary colors. They're all primary artistic colors, right? So, you know, how is this line different from that one, right? What are they offering? Because, for example, okay, and I asked this question with all seriousness, like, do we need another paint line? Like, what new is this paint line bringing, right? For example, like Turbo Dork is a brand new paint company, but they're bringing something that is not widely available to the paint company, to the paint universe as far as our hobby is concerned. They're bringing something fantastic to the hobby. They're bringing brand new metallics in various colors. And I know that he's going to be releasing new colors in metallics. Fantastic. He's offering a whole bunch of colors in metallics, which is not, you know what I mean? That's the reason why I fell in love with Scale 75's metallics, because there was various colors there and deeper shades, you know what I mean? Like a really dark metallic and things like that, right? That's why I got into Scale 75, was mainly for the metallics. They're opaque colors. I mean, I've got Vallejo, I've got Citadels, I've got, you know what I mean? Like I've got all these other colors that I use. You know, and so, you know, with Turbo Dork, it's fantastic because now they're a brand new company and they're offering those color shifts. And somebody might not really want to ship away to, say, Green Stuff World, which I know is over in, like, I think, Spain. You know, for European customers, fantastic. For us North Americans, not so much. Turbo Dork is in California. It's American. So, boom. The product can be shipped all over the place very quickly across the states, which is a huge amount of wargamers and stuff like that, right? So, you know, it's fantastic stuff, right? It's something different. But, you know, like I said, like with the war colors, it was just a straight up primary colors, tertiary colors, metallics, black and white. You know what I mean? And when it first came out, there was artists out there who were just raving about them. If they were so freaking great, then where are they now? How come I don't see more colors coming from the paint line? I mean, like, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it's not to be a harsh criticism, but what are they bringing new? I mean, like, because it'd be great to see them succeed, but what are they doing? What else are they bringing? Kurt Kishon at Kris, 24 colors, 5 metallics, agitators in the bottles, very high pigment. Right. But everybody claims to have high pigment. And, you know, how can we test for high or low pigment, right? Is there a test? I mean, anybody can claim to have very high pigment. Great for airbrush. Awesome. Very awesome glazing. Okay. Amazing amount of thinning potential. Sure. Hundreds of hours of video of their use. Okay. Dark Commission, Way of the Brush, paint line, monkey brown, monkey yellow, monkey red, monkey blue, monkey green. No, we won't see a Way of the Brush paint line. Mainly because, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know what I would want to introduce into the paint line other than color swatches. Like I said, if I was to ever do a paint line, I'd probably use golden paint line, and I would mix color mixtures that were, you know, similar to probably to like a lot of Citadel and, you know, color swatches. I'd probably mix some of those. But then, for example, something like, say, Castellian Green, with a recipe for making Castellian Green, Games Workshop might own that particular recipe. I don't know. I don't know if you can own a color mixture. That's something for anybody who's familiar in legalese could tell me. But yeah. Nathaniel, Kris, they have a yellow that actually covers in one layer. They as in who? They as in who? I don't know who you're talking about. Where the hell is the comment now? God darn it. Oh, Nathaniel, yeah. I don't know. They have a yellow that covers in one layer. Yeah, Citadel has a color that covers in one layer. I mean, most paints can cover in one layer, right? But what are you doing if you're doing it in one layer? You're laying it on heavily, right? You're laying it on heavily. So that's kind of not what you want to do. You want to, if you want a nice smooth base coat, you got to lay it in many little layers, and lay it down. Old Man Logan, do I need another paint line? Do I need another piece of pumpkin pie? Why, yes. Yes, I do. Yeah. Jabba's Left Nut. What color is Spank Your Monkey? Dark Commission, Wave the Brush. Brush line. Monkey beard, monkey mustache, monkey eyelash. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, you just get into these crazy ass names and just, no. Kurt Krishon at Kris. Creature Caster and Monument have tons of community support and have warehouses, distribution in America, Canada, UK, and Euro. Working on Australia still. Okay. Fantastic. I'm not... You're trying to convince me of something, Kurt. What are you trying to convince me of? What are you trying to convince me of? Johnny's Chop Shop. Dark Commission. Monkey Toe. Monkey Toe? Kurt Krishon, Nathaniel. They do have a yellow that covers black in a single coat. Sure. I mean, I'd have to test these paints out myself. I mean, like... I don't know. I mean... Again, I cite there's a few paint companies out there that have entered the game and have disappeared from the game. You know what I mean? And I asked the question, do we need another paint line? Right? Now, if they've already been well established and, they've been around and they have distribution is not very difficult to achieve. You just call a distributor and say, you want to start carrying my crap? And they'll do it, right? That's not hard. But I'm not familiar with this paint line until I had seen Creature Caster come out with the paint line. Announcing that they're coming out with this color line. I'm not saying that these paints aren't going to be great. I'm not saying that at all. If you want to go buy yourself some of these new paints, by all means, buy the whole line, right? But, I mean, unfortunately, colors like recently War Color, where are they? You know what I mean? Like, if these paints were so fantastic and so great, where are they? Because it is a very crowded market with Citadel, Vallejo, Scale 75, Reaper, Mig Yamez, or Jamez, however you pronounce it, right? And Reaper. Did I say Reaper already? I said Reaper, right? These are all very big names who have been well established for many years, And I use Golden, and Golden is a big proper paint line. Artist brand, been around for many years. You know what I mean? But not a lot of people use Golden paints on their miniatures. And you are perfectly able to use Golden paint line on miniatures. And it works fantastic. So how I was currently doing my Blood Bowl team. I used all Golden colors through the airbrush. I'd have to have a look. I'd have to have a look myself and see. And, But yeah, I mean, but I'm just cautious of these paint lines and stuff like that. It's just, because I mean, like I said, with Turbo Dork, I can see a very bright future for Turbo. Oh, Army Painter. Yeah, Eldari. Army Painters is another one, another big one, right? It's a big crowded market for wargamers. And, I would hate to see somebody fail just because, you know what I mean? That they weren't innovating. That's what it is, right? They weren't innovating. And with Turbo Dork, I mean, he's offering something fantastic, right? I fully support Turbo Dork because he's doing something different. He's doing something different. You are not going to find a lot of those colors widely available, and Turbo Dork is going to make those colors widely available, and you're going to see a bunch of people imitate him in the near future. You're going to see a bunch. He's going to have a whole bunch of imitators who are going to be after the dollars that he's getting right now, right? I like Creature Caster. I fully support Creature Caster. Creature Caster, they're a great bunch of guys. The owners are fantastic. I've sat down with them, and you know what I mean, and they're just fantastic dudes. The models they create are just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Tons of detail, beautiful sculpts, well constructed. They assemble so nicely and so cleanly, like cleaning up mold lines, stuff like that off their models are fantastic. If anybody was going to go buy any of these models from them, I highly recommend anything. Pick a model. And the bust, that new bust that they come out with, I kind of hope it's kind of big. It doesn't look like it's very big, but I kind of hope it's kind of big. But yeah, I mean, Creature Caster, I love Creature Caster. Creature Caster, I'm a big fan. And, you know, I seen the paint line and I was kind of, all right, it's another paint line, right? And I'm seeing the standard colors. Okay, great, you know? And then you're telling me that it's a high pigment. All right, well, I mean, like I use Golden High Flow. That's a thin body paint. That's a high pigment. And I've glazed with it and, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know. I'm sure it's probably the cat's ass, but, you know, I don't know. Comments. Holy crap, we're already 1:30. Jeez Louise, I haven't even done an email yet. Getting distracted. Distracted me. What am we looking at here? This conversation. Raziel. Have you all seen Vallejo's mecha paint line? Lots of different colors for Gundams and the like. Yeah. Those, like their mecha paint line, like, that's the, Vallejo and Ammo MiG, they both have like color lines for mecha, but they're just kind of rebrandings of paints they already offer. You know. Oh right, Jim White, Badger makes good paints as well. Yeah, for Badger, their whole Minotaur line, that's all great paints as well. You know. Sorry, mustache fuzz. Eldari Lamborghini. I think another discussion that was kind of hinted at was the access to colors. I'm paying for shipping when I can just go to my local friendly store and buy Citadel. And that's another one, right? Because Citadel, they have worldwide distribution and their paints are literally every hobby store you go to, right? What's easier, you know? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see this brand new company fail, or if they're brand new. I don't know. I don't know how long they've been around. But, you know, I think something innovative. Filling a niche that is not already filled should be the goal if you're going to introduce a product like this. GeoFits 4. All I have available at my shop is Citadel, Army Painter, and P3. And that's pretty much the big three right now, other than Reaper. Reaper's another big one. They have a huge paint line, right? Sometimes even finding, you know, scale 75 can be a challenge, you know? Eldari, I only have GW. There's a rumor that another local store has Vallejo. Yeah. Vallejo. You know what I mean? Like, get Vallejo. Vallejo's big, but I mean, getting Vallejo even in Canada is a huge pain because it's from Spain. And that rhymed. You know? So, and I'm pretty sure Scale 75 is from Spain as well. All these paint, there must be a big paint factory in Spain or something. D. Frank, have you ever tried Dark Star Molten Metals? Ever? No, I'm not familiar with it. Dark Star Molten Metals. No, send me a link. D. Frank, send me a link. Enforcer at Old Man Logan. Oh, geez, you never poke a monkey lord. Never punk a monkey lord. Don't ever try and punk me. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, on the paint line, I wish them much success, but it's a tough market they're trying to bust into. That's a tough market, you know, and I think really I think they with that paint line especially since they're partnering with Creature Caster, or they're bought out by Creature Caster. I have no idea what the arrangement is, but either way, that making like little sets for those models, so that when people buy that, you know, that beautiful sculpt from Creature Caster, they can buy this paint set that has the colors, and they go, you know what, geez, those are the perfect colors that I was thinking for this model, because I'm going to use this model as a proxy for my Great Unclean one, and this colors are perfect for it, and there we go, right? That would have been great. That would have been innovative. That would have been a great start to that paint line. But just saying it's a high pigmented paint. Everybody says that. Who doesn't say? Who's advertising that their paint doesn't cover very well? Who's advertising that? Who's going around going, well, here's our brand new colors, and they barely cover on top of black. They barely cover on top of primer. They barely work. They barely luster. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to say that, you know? Dark Vision, never punk a monkey lord. Monkey lord? The title that got away. D Frank. Okay, posted link. What is it? Dark Star Mini? Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out. I'm probably not going to go to it now, but I'll check it out later. Right now, we got to do an email because holy moly, we're way behind. So let's do an email. Headphones. You ready? Here it comes. Email time. It's email time. Forgot. Sorry, I was clicking things. And so this one is from Rumen Matanov. Hi, Chris. Here's some of my Orin? What word is this? Orin? Anyway, I think it's Corn Demons. Corn Demons, I took a 3-day narrative event earlier in the month. The pictures are from when they were still work in progress, as well as a couple from the event. The big guy fighting a knight, he bitch slapped it in 1 round of combat and only took 2 rounds in return. There'll be follow-up email with more focus on him because Gmail or Google limits. As always, open to tips for improvement. Cheers. And of course, my Gmail virus scanners are temporarily unavailable. It's good to know that Gmail's got my back. It's good to know they've got my back. And oh yeah, why did that go out like that? Ugh, exhausting. This is exhausting. Do that. There we go. Awesome. I don't know why that changed on me, but either way, here we are. And so we got some corn models. Now look at this. Outside the box, we got green. We got green corn. I like it. I like the big demon duder. Seen that demon dude before. Got green corn models. It's very, very interesting that you went with green. It's very exciting. We got more corn models. Who's this big dude with the sword? What sculpt is he? He doesn't look like a Games Workshop sculpt. What model is this dude? This guy with the big red cloak. What model is that? Please tell me. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, here we go. We got some nice close-ups now. Yeah, I like the highlighting. I like the armor, the gold on, or the bronze on the armor of the big demon duder. Highlighting on the sword's interesting. Pretty straightforward. Like a little bit of color transition in the horns. Brings a little bit of focus. A little splash of red on some of the corn symbols on the dudes. Very interesting. Got some flesh hounds. Yeah, what's this other dude over here on the far left? Just a bright bronze armor. Yeah, here's another picture of this dude with the cape. What models are these? They don't look familiar to me. Not that I know every model, but it's very interesting. Very, very cool. Oh, we got some battling going. We got a beer. We got a beer on the table, and we're battling. We're battling with beer. We're battling with beer. We're battling with beer. So Corn Demon is beating up on a knight. Very cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's wearing Lamb of God shirt. Nice. Is it Lamb of God or is it a religious shirt that is then Lamb of God? I don't know. Either way, he's got a big old beer. Making me thirsty now with that big beer. I'm kind of distracted actually now by the big beer. Very nice. God, he's got that moron in the background. Jeez Louise. How can you even concentrate with that, listening to this dumbass on your computer screen? I don't know how you can do that. I just don't know. I don't know how you could do it. You're a braver soul than me. I mean, that guy just goes on about stuff and on and on and on. And so here's the second part. Now, apparently, I guess this one is with the flash on, I guess. Oh no, it's going to do that sideways thing on me now. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, we're not zooming in on that. Now, it does look like you have an airbrush. Do you have an airbrush? Because I don't see a lot of airbrushing. And I'm just kind of wondering why you're not airbrushing. Because a lot of this looks like it's dry brushed to bring out that texture. Versus like laying color blends down on flesh areas and things of that nature. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't have an airbrush. I don't know. Yeah, because I mean, like doing something like this on the back, like laying the base stone of red, and then, you know, coming in with the airbrush and laying in a red gradient in through the center of the membrane, drawing closer towards the ends of the wings, and then a just quick little dry brush, just, you know, from this edge, kind of concentrating outward like that, with another lighter red or even orangish color, you know, and just to kind of pick out the details. Now that's kind of looks like what you did, but I'm just. Like, it looks like you have an airbrush. I don't know. I'm just kind of confused. But either way, fantastic job. Thank you for sending that in. Really nice painting. And I know, like, big projects like that can just be a huge pain in the rear. And, you know. And so, yeah. Let's do another email. This one is from our good buddy Totem Lord. This is Warhammer Bollocks. I'm not sure. Wait, that's not a word we use around here in North America. I know in on the UK side of things, that's a word that gets used a lot. So I'm not sure exactly what that means. I mean, I know it's kind of like balls or something like that, but I don't know. But either way, evening, Chris. It's been a while, but the Lord of Totem has returned with incredibly slim progress on his projects. I have been lacking motivation since my last email, so only completed 4 more Stormcast. However, I have a new plan for them. You will be pleased to know I'm sticking with my different heraldry scheme, but this time with an added 28-inch base, which was bloody expensive, about £30 British pound. A lot of molding putty, pretty much a whole tub of Rhinox hide, a big rock, and about 40 skeletons. I'm assuming from this and the pictures you can guess what I'm doing. Am I done? No, of course not, as I have not asked a stupid question that you have to answer seriously yet. If you were to try painting a model by drinking paint, swallowing the paint, jumping up and down, and then evacuating it from your bowels with a fresh coat of paint, how would you go about this technique? Peace out, Totem Face. And so, okay. And so there is, I think, another portion to this email where he has his pictures. Yeah, oops. And so we are going to examine the pictures. And so here we have a Stormcast Eternal. I dig the color scheme. I like that silver yellow. That's very cool. Kind of a darker gold. Looks like a darker silver on top of everything with some shadows and such. I think it looks good. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It always feels like the Stormcast Eternals, it always feels like there should be like a backpack Right there. You know what I mean? It almost, I don't know. I guess maybe because we're always used to seeing Space Marines. I don't know, but yeah, it feels like there's something missing from their backs. But everything looks nice and smooth, nice and clean. The highlights on the medals look good. And consuming a bunch of paint and then farting it out. You might want to have an easier time with oil paints because that'll move through the system very quickly, and versus water-based acrylics where that'll combine with water, and then of course it'll coat your inner lining, and it basically would become painful, and you might even die from it. Versus if you kind of took like a turkey baster and filled that, and then kind of just kind of enema style filled it in and then sharted that out, I think you're probably much more effective. I definitely don't recommend it at all, either one of these techniques, as I think you pretty much would die. So don't do it. Oh yeah, that's right. You were going to do this checkering, quarter pattern on the Stormcast. Yeah. I remember that. I remember that talk. That was a while ago we had that talk. Very, very cool. That's right, because you wanted to do every night differently. I remember the discussion now. Yes, I like this one. This one's very cool. Not that they aren't all cool. Oh, look at this one. I like the color. I like that very light green. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. It gives them almost like the Lost Bretonian kind of vibe, right? Where they just kind of, they all just have different heraldry. I've seen the skeleton on the right. He's got this sword through his skull. That's hilarious. Big old base. Big rock. What's he doing? Obviously a big model. He's not baking a cake, right? What model, though? I don't know. What model is it for? I couldn't tell you. Maybe a big dragon? Has he got a 40k knight or something? Looks pretty big in comparison to those Stormcast dudes. This looks like a pretty big base. Or is this going to be a diorama or something? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm at a loss. So, awesome. Thank you, Totem Lord, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. And I look forward to further progress reports on your efforts. And yes. Let's quickly have a peek over at the chat. Anything that requires my attention. Old Man Logan, are we really talking about sharting paints? Nathaniel, Kris, Bollocks is equal to Bull. Bull SH. Oh, I thought it was... Okay. No, I guess I don't know. I have no idea. These aren't things I use all the time. Kirk shut up, Nathaniel. Don't mean to sound like a salesman. I just hear what Kris is saying and realize that most of his questions have been answered over the last year. Most of my questions about what? About the paint line? Again, I never heard of this paint line until Creature Caster just announced it. I had not heard of this paint line. So, and if you knew about it, Kurt, how come you never told me about it? I mean, what the hell? So, yeah. Dark Commission. Arsehole Rattlecans. Arsehole Rattlecans. Arsehole? Right in the old arsehole. Nathaniel and Old Man Logan. If I was able to, I'd sell them, but highly recommend wearing a rebreather. All right, let's carry on. And what time we at? Holy moly, we got 15 minutes left of the show, so we better get some more emails done. So, let's do another email. I'm lost now in where I am in my windows. There we go. Did we do this one? Or did he send this afterwards? I can't remember. I think he sent this afterwards. So, we are going to look at one from Bleep Bloop. Hello, Monkey Lord. Oh, here is my work in progress shock jump dragsta. Still got lots to do, but any comments would be appreciated, along with ideas of where to improve or fun suggestions. Love the show and keep monkeying around. Cheers, bleep bloop. And of course, Gmail doesn't have my back as usual, so bleep bloop could have sent me a virus for all I know. And so here's the dragsters. These new orc vehicles, they're hilarious. They're awesome. I like it. It's pretty straightforward. I think the red could use some chipping. Even the little blue sections could probably use some chipping. Otherwise, I think it looks fine. It looks good. I think, of course, the usual orc kind of glyphs. Or is this work in progress? Did he say it was work in progress? If this is work in progress, well, then, keep going. I dig the color scheme, the red-blue, the dominantly red with the blue accent like that. I like it. He's got the big flux capacitor in the back. That keeps on fluxing. Awesome stuff. Really nice. And of course, oh, wait. Monkey Art now the inside is done. Tabletop. Oh, it's finished. We were looking at work in progress there. Oh, yeah, because there's some boys on it now. And it looks like he edged the red. Yeah. I think it looks good. Yeah. Same angle. Am I tripping or... No. Yeah, it's done, right? Yeah, it's done. He's done. I think the red could use some chipping, but maybe it's brand new off the orc mech shop boy thing, and so... but yeah. Thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Oh, crap. Did I not frame that properly? I think I quickly framed... I think I quickly did that, right? There we go. Okay. Let's properly look at them now. And so here we are. These are the finished looks. Again, flux capacitor. And it's got a crazy ass gun on this thing. This thing is crazy. Like the rules for this thing, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Very, very cool. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Thank you for sending that in. Awesome work, bloop bloop. And I always look forward to more. Comments? Any comments? Any? Old man Logan, 15 minutes at GeoFits. Better get cracking. Yeah, because GeoFits is working on his Drukari. So, come on, buddy. Oh, we've got 12 minutes left now. GeoFits, I'm a slow builder, but just getting things done while watching the show is a real goal. Well, there we go, right? I know. I don't think he was... I mean, I might have inferred that he was going to complete them within the 2 hours. He just said he had 30 to work on. So I might have inferred that he was, under the clock here trying to get them all done. I don't know. I can't remember. But either way. Kurt Kershaw, Kris. I've been missing a lot of streams because I've been back in college for the past year or so. That's why I haven't been talking with you much. Oh, okay. Well, good. It's good to hear you're back in college. And hopefully you're learning lots. And, I mean, it's okay if you don't catch a show live. If you watch after the fact, awesome. And again, when you get to sit down, the little time, the little time that you get in college, I'm hoping that you are listening to the show while you're, hobbying away. I know that, it can be tough and, just stick with it, man. Stick with it. Pay attention. Concentrate on the schoolwork. Try not to get too distracted. Because there are a lot of distractions. A lot of partying. Oof, man. Anyway. Old man Logan, 'cause red ones go faster. Go faster. Kurt Kershaw, Kris. Also, the merger wasn't announced until Tuesday and the final paint line until Friday, yesterday. All right, so, I mean, this paint company, like I said, I have not heard of this paint company. So, have they been around for, a year or so or something like that? I don't know. But, I mean, this whole merger thing with them, fantastic, great. Like I said, it's paints and brushes is just kind of a tough game. It's a tough game. Unless you're innovating, unless you're bringing something to the market that isn't there already, right? Like I said, like Turbo Dork. he's bringing something that is not really in the paint market. I mean, like, getting stuff from Spain for whatever reason, because Vallejo's huge, right? Vallejo's big paint line. And Canada does not have a lot of common distributors of this paint line. You can find it online and stuff like that, but going to your local hobby shops, usually they're not carrying Vallejo. Why? Don't know, right? They make model, stuff like that. But, you know what I mean? Like, why is that? So, and Creature Caster, I mean, like I said, man, I love Creature Caster. Creature Caster are an awesome bunch of dudes. They're great guys. You know, I mean, if they wanted me to promote more of their crap, I would happily promote more of their crap because, you know, I like their work and, you know, I would happily do it, you know. I believe in their work that they're doing, you know. And they got me really excited last year when I sat down and talked with them and they were telling me about future plans. They didn't mention anything about paint lines or anything like that. So this is probably something recent, I guess. But they were telling me about, like, you know, their ideas for future models down the line. And, man, they had me wicked excited for that. So, yeah. Old Man Logan. Don't worry about it, Kirk Sean. It's Chris's fault for not staying abreast of all industry trends. True enough. True enough. That's very true, old man. I mean, like, I watch a lot of things. It tends to be a lot of things that I'm interested in or things, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, I mean, like, I didn't hear about this paint line that Creature Caster was doing with this other company. I didn't hear about it until Creature Caster sent me the email. You know? So, I don't know. GeoFits. I generally dislike building models. I find it boring. Yeah, same here. Especially since I can't watch something very well while working. Being able to listen and enjoy the show or voice chat on Discord helps me. Yeah. And of course, Discord's always fun too, because we're always talking up a storm in that. Kirk Shona, Old Man Logan, haha. He would have to watch a ton of Twitch TV. Everything has been slowly growing. I see. I don't watch a lot of Twitch. I don't. I mean, I broadcast on Twitch, and many wargaming has recently been working with Twitch. You know what I mean? But again, I don't watch a lot of hobby or wargaming videos. I just don't. Right? I do this as a living. And I try and keep up with things going on in the universe, but I don't watch anybody, especially Twitch. I don't watch Twitch. I don't watch it. I don't watch video games. I don't watch painters. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't do it. And YouTube, I'm usually only watching educational videos. Maybe some other painting videos, but it's usually like canvas painting. And yeah, it's usually educational. I watch a lot of physics videos. I watch a lot of cosmological videos and stuff like that. You know, music videos. You know, yeah. I don't watch wargaming stuff. I just don't. It's not as and when you make your hobby your job, it will change for you too. So it's just, yeah. Nature of the game. Kirk showing at Kris. It was Slow Fuse Gaming for the past 2 years, making brushes, hobby bags, and teaching painting on Twitch. The paint has been formulated for the last year. Never heard of it. But again, I have Slow Fuse Gaming. I have no idea who that is. I don't I don't watch them. I don't watch painting videos. I don't, you know. Just not a thing. I mean, like, you know. Yeah. Jabba's left not, Old Man Logan. If the orcs want to go faster, they need to see them. I'm still making good, faster stripes while watching this. Kurt Kershon, as their store and brushes took off, they rebranded to Monument Hobbies. The merger happened, and there is far more in the works. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, like any company that's doing anything, I mean, they don't say, well, we don't, this is it. This is all we're doing. You know what I mean? Nobody says that. Everybody says, yeah, we got far more in the works. We got things in the works. Of course. Everybody always says that. You don't say, well, this is it. Here, we're going to put up this product. This is it. Buy it. You know what I mean? Nobody says that. Old Man Logan was just kidding at Kris. Was just kidding about what? About me not being in touch? I'm not in touch. I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not in touch because I don't watch this stuff. I just don't. You know what I mean? If somebody points me to somebody saying that they're showing this off or, you know, whatever, or this is something new or what were they doing in this video, then I'll check it out. But otherwise, I don't watch any, especially don't watch any wargaming videos. I just don't. Kevin Cabal, I was just contemplating ordering new few figures from Creature Caster. I might have to add some of that paint to give it a try. Sure. And let me know what you think of the paints. I definitely would recommend Creature Caster models, man. They're fantastic. They're fantastic looking models. I love them. They're great sculpts. They assemble so well. They clean so well. They seem to have a really good quality control coming out of their warehouse. So, yeah, I definitely would recommend. If you want some good sculpts, I definitely would recommend Creature Caster. Kevin Cabal, they look beautiful. Yes, definitely. And those couple new pieces that they showed, awesome stuff. Old Man Logan, In-N-Out Burger says that. What? I don't know. Oh, the In-N-Out Burger. This is it. This is all they got. Buy it, dummies. You know, like. Yeah, I mean, like nobody comes out and says, "Here's our new brand. You know, here's our product. We've been selling it for the last 2 years. Buy it, dummies, because this is all we're offering." You know what I mean? Nobody says that. Everybody says, "Check out our beautiful brand new product. You know, this is going to be something that you're really going to need, and you know." Keep an eye out because we got future things coming in the future, right? That's what they say. That's what every company says. Every company about any product. It's just, you know what I mean? Like nobody says, here's it. This is all we're going to offer. 10 years, we might come up with something new, but buy this, you know? Nobody says that. Old Man Logan. Fine. I take it back then. Twitch snob. I don't watch Twitch. I broadcast to it, you know, and I mean, like, you know, and the only reason I broadcast to Twitch is because you guys told me you wanted Twitch. So I did it, right? It's the same thing with the podcast. You know? I mean, if a bunch of you are asking me about the podcasting, I'll do the podcasting. But if nobody really is bugging me about it, then it goes out of my brain. I don't even think about it. Enforcer at Kris. What about McDonald's? What about McDonald's? They occasionally offer brand new things, right? But then they offered, but with their previous products, like the Big Mac, right? It's always the classic Big Mac. Come in for a classic Big Mac, you know? Fan favorite, the Big Mac, right? So there's always a way to sell that old crap if you're not offering anything new. But McDonald's periodically offers something new, right? They always offer something new. They always have, the menu is always kind of changing. One or new products coming in, right? Always, or they're promoting a Happy Meal and, you know what I mean? New toy for kids or whatever, you know? I don't know. Do they still offer toys for kids? Holy crap, it's 2 minutes too. Jeez Louise. Eldari Lamborghini had Enforcer. McDee's is always making new stuffs. Yeah, they're always making new stuffs, right? And it's not McDee's. It's Rotten Ronnie's. That's what we always used to call it, Rotten Ronnie's. Oh, man. Ramby, episode 228. This is it. This is it. This is it, man. This is it. That's all we're doing, right? Wave the brush. Offering you the same old crap all the time. I mean, might as well be honest about it, right? Joppa's left that. I don't enjoy my first few experience with Twitch. Wasn't a big fan of the begging bot that kept popping up. Begging bot. I don't know what a begging bot is. A begging bot? I don't have a lot of Twitch bots on my thing. In comparison to like Mini Wargaming's Twitch, mine's pretty bare bones. But I was thinking that, you know, like the place card on the, you know, when you visit the channel, and it should have, you know, like, I should have like a Way of the Brush saying every Saturday kind of thing, you know. I should have that in that place so that people know that every Saturday on Twitch, I'm doing this live, right? So, but I don't, because, you know, reasons. Ramby, I'd love to look at Kris's lovely mustache, not only hear him talk. Wait, what? Raziel. Nathaniel at Kris, episode 228. Same SH, different name. Yeah, same shit, different day, right? I mean, you know, it's all this show is, right? I mean, sit here and talk. We talk painting, we talk hobby, we talk, you know, anything and everything. Like today, talking about banana hammocks and, you know, crazy crap. Old Man Logan, by the way, the lid hair is looking casually fresh today. Nice job. Actually, my hair is getting kind of long, actually. Because you can, like, you see it's getting kind of, like, when you see the hairs kind of approaching past my ears here, I'm due for a cut. And the thing is my hair is really thick and dense. And so it's kind of like a beaver pelt. And so, you know, I got to take it down. Otherwise, because if I let it go, by the time it reaches about this far, it just sticks straight out. It looks kind of like a fro, really. But not like a cool looking fro. It's kind of like a sad looking fro. And, you know, I really, you know, got to clip it down. If I was letting it grow back out, I would probably like have to like constantly keep gelling it just to keep the hairs going back and try and tame them. But otherwise, yeah, taming my hair is a huge pain. Huge. And that's some men's fashion for you. See, again, we'll talk about anything and everything on this show for everybody who's like tuning in for the first time. Reziel. Where'd the comment go? Reziel. Yeah, I found Twitch way less user-friendly than YouTube. Really? Because I find that Twitch is actually pretty good for the streaming. Because there's less latency on Twitch than there is YouTube. YouTube, it seems like gall darn, it's like 10 minutes latency like, by the time, you know, I respond to something that you wrote on YouTube. Versus Twitch. Twitch seems to be very, very quick as far as like me saying something, you responding, and then me reading your response. It seems to be pretty quick. But I think that's because Twitch is not as busy as YouTube. YouTube is very, very busy, right? You know, billions of people watching YouTube every second of the day, right? Versus Twitch, you know, you see who's watching live, and you know, I mean, you get viewer counts, and I mean, like even really popular videos, our streamers, you know, their view count on their videos is not very high. I would assume, right? I mean, just from what I've noticed. Old Man Logan, Twitch is for ASMR, so... No, I've seen that ASMR thing on YouTube. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I have it in me to do ASMR. I know people keep asking me to do that, you know, but I don't think they're serious. I think they're joking, and so that's where I leave it, as a funny joke. Old Man Logan. I don't know what's going on here. Ramvi, isn't podcasting only listening? I don't use that. Yeah, podcasting is only audio. Yeah. But some people listen to me audio. Listen to me audio. Yeah. Listen to me audio. Anyway, yeah. Dark Commission. Now we know where the lube went. Chris's hair. Yeah, it's lubed up. Head's is all lubed. Kevin Cabal, that ain't Brill cream. No? Brill cream. What's Brill cream? I've heard the word before, but Brill cream, I don't know. Old Man Logan, I like my ASMR live. Old Man, do you really listen to ASMR? Do you really? Like seriously? Or you just play it? Because if you're just playing, then haha. But if you're seriously, then like, what are you listening to? Because I've got to know. Because I mean, like, I've never really listen to ASMR. I mean, like, I know some people that they whisper into things and, you know, stuff like that, and so I don't know. Enforcer, Kris doing Swedish Chef ASMR style. Okay, you want Swedish Chef ASMR style? Hold on. There you go. There's your daily ASMR Swedish Chef style. Raziel, yeah, Twitch is still grinding my gears. It never seems to remember. My comment moved. Seems to remember my login info. You know, there's a little box you can check. Remember my login. He's probably gonna go, yeah, I know that, dummy. Ramby 228, all lubed up. All lubed up. Old Man Logan, I do. Do you really? Helps you go to sleep. Seriously, do you? Okay, great. What are you listening to? That's, you know, send me a link. What you're listening to. What's helping you get to sleep at night? Kevin Cabal, Brill cream is like hair gel for old people. Oh, is that like that old timey pomade? You know what I mean? I always think of not Old Country for Old Men. Wrong movie. Oh brother, where art thou? That's it. I'm a Dapper Dan man. I need me some Dapper Dan. Dark Commission. What is ASMR? Seriously. Okay, ASMR is crap. I can't remember what the hell. Oh, there. Eldari Lamborghini says it. ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. Sounds very scientific for a bunch of people whispering into a mic, but I don't know. I can't say. That's not part of my universe, so I have no idea. Old Man Logan, thanks, Chris. You just ruined ASMR for me in only 5 seconds. What? The Swedish Chef? You guys didn't like the Swedish Chef? I mean, come on. I thought that was pretty good. Reziel, anybody else try the Dollar Shave Club products? I really like the Boogie's Pomade. Pomade? Pomade. Yeah, there was no R in there. Pomade. Anyway, my brother-in-law, he does the Dollar Shave Club, and he loves it. So, is it worth your money? Probably. I mean, me personally, I use a straight razor when I shave. So, I just throw a little bit of cream or shaving soap or whatever on, and then I just straight raise my face up. I don't have to do my mustache or my chin too often, although, you know, I keep a nice even line here, and, you know, try and keep the hairs tucked up underneath the mustache, try and keep those under control. But otherwise, but see, the thing is, I only shave like once a week. I'm kind of like a snake, where I only have to shed my skin like once, right? It's just once a week is shed my skin, and so I only have to shave every once a week, and so, you know, I don't have to shave. Whereas my brother-in-law, he's got to shave like a couple times a week, you know. He's not a very hairy fella either, though. But yeah, there's somebody else I know that does the Dollar Shave Club. I can't remember who it was. They were telling me all about it, and they liked it. I don't know. Everybody that, no, I'm just a very small demographic, but everybody who I know has told me that they like Dollar Shave, like it. So, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Comments are flying away on me here. Raziel, Chris, your razor choice indeed matches your facial hairstyling. Yeah, well, because I mean, like, if I was doing like funky stuff with my hair, and, you know what I mean, a straight razor is the best way to go, just to keep it all, you know, orderly, right? So yeah. Old Man Logan, I prefer minimal, probably no talking ASMR. I thought ASMR was all about the talking. No, that's right. There is like sounds things, right? So like basically, so ASMR, like, is like, I mean, I could be completely wrong here, but is ASMR essentially like, for example, listening to like the ocean, like you're having the sounds of the ocean playing? Is that what ASMR really is? Is it that kind of thing? Okay, in which case, cool. I mean, you know, it's kind of like creating white noise kind of thing, right? Like for us here in the house, I constantly have a fan going, just that sound of the fan, just, you know, and that just goes, and, you know, yeah. So I get it. Helps you sleep. I get it. Eldari Lamborghini. I use a single blade butterfly razor. Super cheap. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. 100 blades for like $5. Yeah, and I don't shave all that often, so that $5 lasts me like almost damn near a year. Almost a year. Yeah, because I use the little blades, and I just snap them and chuck them in. Yeah. Ramvi, using a safety razor myself now. Cool. Eldari, it helps chill out after a stressful day at work. At work? Old Man Logan, it can be like ocean sounds. Yeah, that's okay. So, but does ocean sounds fall within ASMR? ASMR? Yeah, ASMR. Does it fall within that category? Is that the same thing? Is it, you know? Because me personally, because I didn't hear about ASMR until like a while ago, and, you know, it's brand new to me. And I mean, like, and for every example I saw on YouTube about ASMR was people like whispering into the mics, and I was like, all right, you know. So I don't know. Me, no, I don't know. It's outside my experience. So, but I get it. Is it something I need in my life? Not really. Same thing, same reason why I don't take a lot of like drugs that alter my perception of things, because I don't like loss of control. And so when I'm sleeping, I actually prefer it to either be very minimal noise or just be quiet, right? Because that way I can hear everything around me. I'm very aware of my surroundings. I'm very aware of things, and I don't need my senses dulled from a whole bunch of stimuli. I prefer zero stimuli, because that allows your brain to shut off and reimagine things and dream properly. When you're taking in too much stimuli, I think that affects you mentally. But I mean, like listening to, the ocean, I mean, like that's not bad. If you lived on the ocean and you love that sound, I mean, that would be your background noise. That would be your comfort, right? I mean, just be comfortable. So I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. Job is left not at Kris. Serious question about brushes. I can get an Opus artist set for 55 British. Was thinking about it for a Christmas present for father-in-law. That is good value for money over Winsor Newton Series 7, which is 36. The artist Opus set over Series 7. Well, Series 7s are good, but if you want Series 7 miniature, it all depends, right? Because there's two different Series 7s. So if you want miniature, those are shorter bristles. If you want Series 7, they're a bit longer bristles. Both are really good, very accurate, come to very beautiful points. The artist Opus brushes, I mean, I like them. I've been using them since they before their Kickstarter. I like their brushes, and they've worked out really, really well. I don't ever use the 1 and the 0. I even use the 0 for eyes. So I don't even use I've got a 00 and a 000 here. Look at, they're still sitting here brand new. Not even touched. Look at, they're still pristine looking. I haven't even used them. Just haven't felt the need. Mind you though, I'm not doing a whole lot of, precision painting. But like when I'm doing eyes and stuff like that, or tiny little line details stuff, I just use the number 0 or the 1. The 0. Which one's my... I guess it's 0 I use a lot. Well, yeah. I use the 0 lots. What else do I got here? Oh, I got the 2 and the 1 here. Yeah, I got the 2 and 1 on my desk. That's what I use a lot of. Yeah. So, the value is always in the eye of the customer. I like the Artist Opus brush set. If you can get it in the wood box, it's nice. It's got a nice container to hold the brushes and store them when you're not painting. It just looks really nice and professional. It's got a little holder for soap. It comes with a little soap thing, so I think you get good value for your dollar. The bristles themselves are really, really nice. They draw really well, and like I said, I don't even touch my 00s or 000s. Just haven't felt the need. The 0 comes to such a nice point that I can do eyes with it. So, it's up to you. But yeah. Eldar Lamborghini. ASMR is a reaction of the body to certain sounds. Okay. Old Man Logan. Exactly what Eldari said. It's what you respond to. Some ASMR is listening to someone eating food. Oh man, I have a very short tolerance for bad manners. People who eat with their mouths open. Oh my lord, that pisses me off. That'll aggravate me to death. 2 coworkers who I will not name, but they know who they are. And this is a while ago. 2 coworkers. They were both very noisy eaters. They both shared an office with me at one point or other. And one, I was listening to him eat his sandwich, and he was hum, 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 hum. That's what it sounded like while he was eating. And then another one was just oh my lord, I just like, close your frickin' mouth when you eat, like son of a gun. Just I instantly wanted to bash their heads in. That's how bad that irks me. The bad manners just irks me. I just wanted to immediately grab a tack hammer and just cave the top of their head in just to stop that noise. I don't like bad manners. It irks me. Holy crap, it's 2:15. Jeez Louise, we're running a little long here. Eldari, manners do maketh the man. They do. They do. They do maketh the man. Bad manners. Bad etiquette. You know? Just Raziel, now we know the real reason Quirk is gone. I've never shared an office with Quirk. I've never shared an office with Quirk. Wait, no. The people who have worked with me in the past and have shared an office with me know who they are. Jabba's left nut. Now we know what happened to Quirk. Yeah. I'm trying to think. No, Quirk's pretty well mannered. Although I don't know if I've ever had like dinner. I mean, we've had plenty of lunches together, but usually like our lunches, we're all just kind of talking and carrying on anyway. And, you know, yeah. Go Mitch yourself. I don't know if I don't know if I've ever read that name before. Last video I watched of yours was your bat rep with your Eldar Air Force. How's the planes going? I have not really worked on my planes in a long while. Because, you know what I mean? Like, getting my army painted, it's this whole circle thing, right? So, when I play, I feel like painting my army. And when I'm painting my army, I feel like playing. And if I'm not painting my army, then I'm not playing. Then, you know what I mean? And so, like, it's been a while since I've done a tournament. There was a couple tournaments I missed and that I wanted to take part in. I just haven't gotten around to. I still have a bunch of, like, my second unit of Wraith Guard working on here. They're still sitting here from the last time I was assembling them. And I think I did a live stream of that, so I haven't touched them since then. So, yeah. Ghost of Starband Deluxe. Kris, when do you want to murder your coworkers? Oh, man. When do I want to murder them? Man, it's really a shame that, you know, murdering your coworkers for insignificant things is frowned upon because, yeah, I could easily do it. Enforcer, my father tells me about how one of his workers eats like a freaking cow and literally moans when he eats. Yeah, he's just... Ugh, it's just the thought of it, I just feel like just, you know, I just... You know the episode of The Simpsons when Homer gets the green paint spilled on him and he thinks he's like the Hulk, but really he's like, you know, it's the rage and it's like the bumps are coming out and he like keeps putting the bumps back in. That's what it's like. It's like, oh my god, and I can feel like the bump. I gotta put the bump back in. Nathaniel, Kris, paint your minis while playing. Break the cycle. Hey, that would be something. Eh? Paint your minis while you're playing. No, because then you'd end up getting fingerprints all over them and stuff like that, and paint wearing off, and it'd be a huge mess. No, can't do it. It'd be fun, but can't do it. Old Man Logan, Kris stops wanting to murder his coworkers when they're all dead. Exactly. Old Man Logan, he said, when do you not want to murder your coworkers? Oh, when do I not want to? Right now? Because I'm talking to you guys? Kind of distracted, really? Really, I probably should do more Way of the Brushes, so I'm distracted more often, and I don't feel like killing anybody. That's awful. Where am I here? We'll go an hour and we'll go 2 hours and 15 minutes here. Let's do another email. Quickly, headphones. Watch out, here it comes. Email time. Email time. I should do a dance while this is playing. Where the hell's my button? Here it is. This is from Kris, aka Congo. Opinion and tips on the glazing. And so he sent us these pictures of his efforts. As you may recall from previous episodes, we have been looking at his efforts on the flesh. And so let's have a look at the efforts of his glazing. I think it's really good. You may want to switch to a medium. See how you're getting tide marks here up on his little love handles there? You got to watch for those, the tide marks. Remember, as you're glazing, you always want to finish your brush stroke off where you want the paint to gather. So where you want it to get brighter, that's where you're finishing your brush stroke, right? Okay, so now to avoid some of those tide marks, I definitely would recommend a glaze, a glazing medium, or just a thinning medium. I really like, and I've been playing with this for a while, Vallejo's glaze medium. It actually has this more of a glossy-like kind of consistency, and it actually feels like it slows the drying down a bit. So it gives you that opportunity to lay these kind of smooth glazes down. Now, mind you, it does take a little while to build up color, but I really like the smoothness of it and and how it handles. I just really, really enjoy it. But again, I mean, where you're laying your highlights and everything like that, I mean, it's I can't tell if that's a highlight from the light or what have you, but yeah. I think following a bit more mindful of your shapes, your muscle groups, and the high points of each of those muscles, right? So you're imagining the high point of light above. I'm just looking at the muscle like running from the back of his elbow to like the back of his like shoulder. I'm looking at those little muscles there, and I'm looking at the highlights. And again, it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, I'm not sure how big this model is either, so it might be really, really difficult to get into some of these spaces. But I think your highlighting is fine. I think you should just be a little bit more mindful of how, like, the shape of the muscle. It feels a bit like some of these highlights almost look like arbitrary kind of like just kind of dollops of paint on top of the muscle rather than highlighting the muscle itself. Like, it looks really good down by like the love handle areas. I can't remember what the hell that area of the body is called, but like down by his love handles, right? And yeah, and I think like I see like the highlights down near like his buttocks, like where his belt line is, and I think that could get pushed a little closer up towards the belt line, so you have a bit more highlight there. Where the scar is on his back of his leg, you know what I mean? Like that entire area could be highlighted and then brought in, and then very bright highlights could be added on just on top of the scar, and then just a quick little shade wash on that scar. Again, I'm not sure how far you want to push, how much effort you're working on this. I think, you know, you're going for something good here, but yeah, I'm not too sure exactly how far you want to go. But thank you, Congo, for sending that in. Awesome stuff. I'm really digging your work on this. And I'm really looking forward to seeing more. And yeah, I think we got time for one more. Yeah, this one's not too long, I think. Okay, we'll probably get to another one here. Actually, yeah, no, we'll probably, time we got here? Yeah, we'll probably have time. So the next one we're going to do is from Derek, aka Fire Drake 18. Hello, Chris. Sorry for the number of pictures, but I wanted to show you what I've been working on and get a quickie critique. Quick critique. Can't even say that. Can't even speak. They are still a work in progress, as I have some cleanup to do on a few. At the moment, they are all just tabletop playable. Once I finish this Geller Pox Infected, I guess it will be onward to Blackstone Fortress. Thanks in advance, FireDrake18. And again, Gmail does not have my back, as the virus scanners are temporarily unavailable. The attached files have not been scanned for viruses. Download these files at your own risk. But I don't think FireDrake would send me a virus. I don't know. Maybe he would. Let's go to a bigger picture here. Yeah, look at that. Now this is, I just like these pictures, honestly. I like that red light you got going on there. I have no idea what that's from, if that's deliberate or if that's just, you know, I don't know, you know, KFC sign above your room or something. I have no idea. But either way, I like this picture. It's just, the picture's kind of fun, and the miniatures look really good. Everything looks pretty clean. You know, the bases are straightforward. I don't know if I would have went with brown. I probably would have went with like the color of the deck plating. But then you might not want to go with the boring old texture like that. I don't know. So, you know, it's fine. So let's quickly go through here. Yeah, I mean, everything looks fine to me. The terrain looks cool. Everything's colored. Everything looks nice and neat. I like this character. Looks cool. Bulkheads look awesome. I mean, like, as you take things further, you can always come back, right? And, you know, as long as you lay a nice, smooth, even base coat down on a miniature, and if you're not very comfortable doing effects or even highlighting for that matter, you know, as long as you do a nice, smooth base coat, the miniature will look fine. And it'll look cool. And as long as you keep it nice and neat, it'll look good. And I mean, like, you know, you got highlights here and stuff like that, and it all looks really good. You know, it's not a lot of contrast, but I mean, it could be just the way that they're photographed. I don't know. It's like a doctor here stepping on a ghoul. What the hell's going on there? Yeah, but I'm digging them. I'm liking it. I dig the pictures. The pictures look cool. They kind of have like this whole like little telling a little story kind of vibe. Is he having a smoke? Standing with his dog having a smoke. This guy's pointing his gun at one of his friendlies, I think. I don't know. Oh, look at the texture you did. Is that on the model on the bum there, or is that? Did you paint that high? I think that might be texture. Either way, very nice. Nice and clean. Yeah. No, everything looks good, man. I mean, like, you know, as you progress further, you can, you know, and as long as you keep the miniatures looking nice and neat, you know, you can always come back and add details to them, right? You can always come back. It's when you do like really messy kind of paint jobs, and you know, like you're early on in your painting life, that you know you kind of like, oh man, I really wish I could have done that, and then you feel like stripping the models, right? And even still, I mean, even though how you've painted your models, right? I mean, as you get better, you might want to come back, and I really don't recommend it, but maybe you want to strip it. But, you know, again, I don't really recommend it. And I just realized my chair is all the way down again. That's pretty good. Last time we were doing this, I was fighting with my chair. It was, you know, it was horrible. Alrighty, one more email. And this one is from our good buddy, Ben Ellis. Hello, Monkey Lord and monkeys. Please enjoy. Kind regards, Ben. He finally got his Warlord Titan. And this was from... Crap, I can't remember. Wiccan Realms? Den of Imagination? I think it was Wiccan Realms. I can't remember. Sorry, whoever was his commission service, they did it. I think they did a fantastic job here. Let's quickly... Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. What a guy. Well, thank you, Ben. That's funny. I like it. It's good for a laugh. And yeah, thanks for buying the shirt, and thanks for posing with the Titan. Because look at this thing, man. Oh, it's gonna do this sideways thing. Son of a beehive. I don't know why it does that sideways thing. I might have to post this in the shrine. Actually, there was a few pictures I think I was supposed to post in the shrine, and I didn't yet. Oh yeah, the brush winners, the way the brush t-shirt winners. Yeah, but anyway, look at that. He's got his Titan. Look at this thing. Look at it. Be amazed. I bet you. Is there a whole bunch of you out there that are just jelly right now? Look at this. Now this, I'm pretty sure, was over a year in the making, I believe. The head is a custom 3D print, and I think everything else is stock on this miniature. Miniature. Does this even qualify as a miniature? I don't think so. I think this is just a model, right? You can't call this miniature because, I mean, realistically, I mean, like, I suppose you could, because it's smaller than the theoretical, you know, 1-to-1 scale version of it, right? But anyway, look at this thing. My God. Very, very cool. Ton of work on this thing. That carapace, like, we've seen pictures before in the past of the details of this carapace. Just impressive. Look at this thing. My God. He's got the little Loki model on the bottom here. Yeah. That looks awesome. Awesome stuff, Ben. Fantastic. You're a lucky fella. And I mean a patient fella as well, because that was over a year that you were waiting for this commission to get done. So, patient fella indeed. Me personally, I don't know. If I was super busy, I could see myself sending something off to a commission, but otherwise I would say to myself, like, you know, I'll just paint it myself, right? And so, yeah. Look at that. It is 2:30. We are half hour past the end of the show. I'm going to quickly have a look at the chat comments here. Anything else? Jabba's left nut. I'd sell my remaining nut for that. My remaining nut. Old Man Logan, great glowing effects. Yes. Dark commission at Ben. I don't know how much you paid for that commission, but it was well worth it. I'm not even going to ask Ben how much he paid for it. I'm sure it was a lot. It would have to be a lot, because he had it for over a year, and there's all this wonderful, it looks like freehand design all over the carapace, and just a lot of love went into painting this miniature model. And so, you know, he had to have paid a fairly reasonable price for it. And if he got it for cheap, then the commission artists, they shortchanged themselves. And because, I mean, like, that looks fantastic. I hope that they paid a fair price for it. Alrighty, so yeah, Fire Drake 18. Thanks, Kris. I just got back to see the last couple pictures. Back on the road for me. Yes, well, nice work, Fire Drake. Very good. Yeah, and so that is going to end today's episode. If you are brand new to this hobby and you want some help with some painting questions, I know there are varying scales of people who are just entering this hobby that want help on what they're doing, and there's all these terms, and you know, they just get confused. And so, you know, feel free to ask your questions. If you're attending live, you can ask them over in the chat. And of course, if you are watching after the fact, you can send your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com, or if you're attending live, you can send them to Kris@miniwargaming.com. If you're sending an email with pictures, send the pictures as attachments. Don't send them as links off to other sites, because I'm not going to do it. So yeah, and of course, you know, email Kris@miniwargaming.com. Of course, you can also join us at wayofthebrush.com. That is the central hub of all this silliness. It has the links for all the social medias, as well as the Discord, which has been fantastic. We often head into Discord after the show, just to kind of, you know, sit around and talk and have some laughs and, you know, ask some questions and what have you, right? So it's a lot of fun. Join us on Discord. And of course, wayofthebrush.com has links for the t-shirts, if you want to wear a nice little Way of the Brush t-shirt, and look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this universe. They're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. That sounds like some sort of snake oil pitch, doesn't it? And of course, okay, wayofthebrush.com also has everybody who's purchased a shirt, send me a picture of yourself in your shirt, and I'll add it to the Monkey Shrine, because, you know, the show is always about you guys. I wouldn't do this show if it wasn't for you guys and your questions, and you know, I just wouldn't do it. I've got other things I could be doing. I'm a busy guy. I could be doing other things. But I love doing this show, and I love entertaining you guys. I love answering your questions. So just keep them coming. Keep them coming. The more, the better. Just all over. Just share it all. Of course, also on wayofthebrush.com is the link for the Patreon page. If you're considering patron support, it's a huge help to me. It helps pay for upgrades and upkeep on the site and equipment and things of that nature. And so it's always a huge help. And, you know, if you're thinking of supporting, of course, and if you don't want to support on Patreon or don't have the resources, that's fine as well. Because you can also like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the little bell notification thing, and, you know, all that. And for YouTube, and join me on Twitch if you're following on Twitch or subscribing, what have you. It all helps. Share the video, comment, like, subscribe, all that. It's great. It's, you know, it helps. Oh, and of course, a big thank you to Guy Muir Alfer, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out, for doing the email jingles that we all know and love, and puts a smile on our face. And yeah, so big thanks always to Carl for that, taking the time out of his busy day to create those. I think we're done. We're done. A big reminder for the patrons tomorrow, patron paint along, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to get together, and we're going to continue work on our project. So for everybody who's a patron, can join and paint along live. Just join me on Discord. Be sure to be on Discord, because then, you know, I know where we all are. And of course, if yeah, so I'll post it in the Patreon Paint Along channel and the Discord. You know, usual stuff. And of course, if you haven't joined before, or you're a patron and you're just not going to be able to attend live, of course you can always view it afterwards on Patreon, because I do post those videos on Patreon just for you guys. So, and hopefully I remember to leave my mic on this time. Last time I didn't leave my mic on, so that was bad, Chris. Bad, Chris. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's enjoy the rest of this Saturday. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. Maybe. And of course, also join me on Mini Wargaming Twitch, which I'm sure more of you guys are on. So, moron. Did I just call you all a bunch of morons? That's awful, isn't it? Awful. Dumb, stupid Chris. Oh, wrong button. So be good, for goodness sake. Whoa, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming to town.